Hey now. Okay. Welcome to Hot Book Alert Live, where we bring you the latest and the greatest in comic books and comic book sales. I'm your main member, and I'm coming to you on the ones and the twos. It looks like I'm solo today. All right. And I gotta figure something out real quick. I need to figure out the audio. I need to get the audio back to the microphone, the speakers. I need to put them I need to get them to back into the headphones. Hold on. Speakers. No. What's going on here? Okay. Speaker. Jeez. Hold on. I got to figure this out. Okay. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Hot Book Alert Live. All right. It looks like I'm all by my lonely today, and we got a lot going on. Okay. So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week? Ain't nothing going on. What's happening? Hey, listen, we're just hanging out here. We're just hanging out. Nothing to do. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Just kicking it. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't talking about nothing. What's happening? All right. Okay, so last week I wasn't on. I had a power outage. And so what the heck was I doing? So I think this happened around 3 or something like that. And it was off for a while. And so I was like really frustrated with the situation. And so I think I drove like an hour somewhere, and I went back to my honey hole. And if you saw the the barber on the A game, that's just me. That's just me because I'm too cheap for a barber. I cut my own hair. So hey, I had things to do today. So I had to look sharp. I had to be on it today. You know what I mean? I was gonna be damned if I wasn't gonna look fresh because I had shit to do today. But you rocking that Thrag cut. See, now I gotta look up Thrag. Hold on. I gotta look up Thrag. THRAGG. Oh, okay. All right. It's let me share the screen. Slides. Nope. Share screen. Yes. Rocking the Thrag cut. Yes, the the fade with the Caesar going on. All right. Okay, so I went to the honey hole, found some more books. You saw that in the haul video on Monday, last Monday morning's haul video. And so, but yeah, and this week I found a really good book. This week I found a freaking great book. I found a terrific book. I want to show it to you guys right now, but I'm gonna wait till the haul video. The haul video should be, I'm thinking sometime next week. We should have a we should have a haul. That's what I'm thinking. So, all right. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Let me get this off the screen. Put this back on. Okay. Oh, I gotta sign into Heritage. Hold on. Because usually when I'm by myself, I will reference Heritage. They're in Heritage sales. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just going What's up? Yeah, man. Listen, we had things to do today. We had things to do today. What's happening, everybody? Okay. What are we doing? Okay. So you guys ready to get into some sales? So we got some sales to get into, and also some. What the hell is going to be the big winner for? What's happening?
What up, dog?
How you doing?
That's a little line from Dino.
What's
Apparently,
happening?
everybody's celebrating Father's Day today.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I,
saying.
I just took my pops out to his favorite restaurant, so
Uh,
I'm back home, and I saw you were flying solo. I was like,
hey, thank you for giving me a hand. I appreciate that. Hey man,
uh,
this is some heavy lifting. Damn it.
yo, and happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat. Anybody who qualifies or anybody who's thinking about doing it, go forward.
Heck yeah.
So,
Oh man. Hey, how was your week?
week is phenomenal, man. I mean, listen, you're talking to a Knicks fan, so the media can hit tomorrow and I'm still gonna have a big smile on my face. So other than that, everything is cool, man. How was your week?
It was. You know what? It was really good. It was a wild week. Honestly, it's just like a. It's a lot of. I found a really cool book. I'll show it to you behind the scenes
Oh, okay.
when we're done.
Are we
I'm
talking
gonna.
about throwback or new something newer?
It's a throwback. It's like it's
Okay.
a it's like a spec past throwback.
Yeah. I
It's like
it's funny. I picked up a Golden Age book at Elite 11, and it wasn't like an intentional buy. It was a friend, Briscoe Comics. He had some Golden Age magazines, and it's funny how they hit really big on what was it, the Heritage auctions,
yeah.
the Wink magazines,
Oh yeah.
and he had a short stack of them. I kind of wish I bought them all, not because of the Heritage. They were all really cool covers. Every cover was focused on like a smoking hot chick,
Hmm.
and but they let me tell you, they were well ahead of the curve. Like they just knew, what was going to sell. And here we are, what, 70 some odd years later, still
Yeah.
talking about their covers, man. Come on. Like whoever thought about these back then is borderline genius. Um, but look how cool this cover was. Like this was the one that stood out to me. And I remember the joke was because he kept trying to tell me to buy all of them, and I should have listened to him.
Yes.
But I said, but this is how I want her waiting for me when I get home. you know? So that's the reason why I grabbed this one. It was pretty cool. And it is high grade. It just needs a little cleaning. I don't know if it's an I know, but because I heard 9.0s were getting like 3 grand. So, but with a cleaning, this is probably going to be like a 7. And so I may actually get it clean press and get a CVC on it. But other than that, that's probably one of my vintage buys. And then I got some deliveries from Comics Curing Cancer,
Hmm.
which is I'll contribute to anything for a good cause.
Right.
I just we all have either family or friends that we've lost or are struggling fighting the war against cancer. As you know, we lost Kyle, who was with Modern Comic Mayhem with Brian on Beyond Wednesdays. And Kyle was a young man. I think Kyle, I want to say he was like what, 48 years old.
Mm. Mm.
We lost him to cancer, and so anytime somebody does something with a good cause, I'm in it. And I just thought this was kind of cool. This was Mark Spears' contribution to Comics Curing Cancer. He did this cover just for them, and all the proceeds went to the cause. So of course I got into that one, and then they did an absolute Batman art book, which I like. Unique cover, and cool for the like again for the cause. And then this one here stood out the most. I'm not the biggest fan of Absolute Joker. I think it's a little exaggerated. but this cover was just killer. The whole this guy's take on Absolute Joker, plus the little vintage corner box, which you're old school as well. Like you can appreciate, and I love that they incorporated Comics Curing Cancer in the corner box, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So yeah, so I did that. Um, I also contributed into a friend of ours. They did um what is this called? Dreadful. I don't know. I jumped into it just like again. Once I hear it's friend of a friend,
Mm-hmm.
I got into it. Bought a pair of these signed by
Dreadful.
Josh. Yeah, signed by Josh Blaylock. Really cool stuff.
Ew.
Yeah, and then is James from Hive Comics. He did a remark on his personal cover, and then he signed it 1 of 1 because he said I won't do that again. And then he did an extra bloody remark where he painted the entire cover blood red. So this is like the process of the dripping blood, and then
Yeah.
here's the whole, and signed it also 1 of 1. So that's James from Hive Comics. And dude, I don't know if you follow this. This is something new that dropped. The mask blind bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now check this out. They botched their sorting process when they bagged these. So you either got uh the same cover of the basic bullshit that came in here,
Okay.
or you could have done like me and they did some one shot exclusive foils, right? So this one was a one shot story called Mask Origins, which is it's a gold foil and it's somewhat of a small hit. I see it sells on eBay for around $30. So I got 4 of these fucking things. I bought 7 bags,
Uh-huh.
right? So I got 4 gold, which means somebody just took a stack of gold and just kind of like just put it through the process. And then I got this one here, which I heard was a really everybody's chasing after. It's the Rom foil 1 of 1. Apparently, Rom they picked it up. It was one of these characters that are now in the kind of like the open market where anybody can kind of snatch it up.
Yeah.
I think that's if I'm getting that wrong, I'm sure somebody in the chat will know. Anyway, I got 3 of these in the within the 7 bags that I grabbed. So and these sell for around $30 to $40 a piece.
Yeah.
So I made out pretty good. I did it because I kind of grew up with Mask a little bit when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of it jumped off in the later years of my just as I was transitioning from a child into a young teenager, 13. So I was kind of still kind of collecting back then, but so there's some nostalgia, with Mask with me.
I love
And
masks.
yeah, so I couldn't help it because I do remember getting I, I I don't know the names as good as everybody else. The motorcycle that turned into like a copter.
Condor.
Yeah, I had Condor and I had there was a van, I think, right?
Shoot. Okay,
It
so
looked like the A-Team van a little bit, I
huh.
think. I think wasn't it a black van or was
Okay,
it red?
so it was was it the Bronco?
Wasn't the Bronco like a 4-wheel drive pickup? I don't know. I don't remember the name,
Let's
so
see.
I just know I had the motorcycle and I had a van, and that was it. I never got anything else. Didn't get any. I believe those were 2 good guys. I want to take
Was
a
it
wild guess.
was it this?
Uh,
They look like that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's
Yeah.
another vehicle. Yeah,
Let's see. Van.
I think it's a van, or maybe I'm confused. Is that it? Yeah, I had that. Yep, yep.
Oh, you had slingshot.
Yeah. I had
Oh,
that,
okay.
and I had the motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
and that was it. Never got anything else because I think, like I said, I started transitioning into out of wanting toys, and I started getting more into comics, and yeah. So this was like what year did Mask come out? Do you remember the toy line? What year?
85. Mask came out in 85.
Yeah, 85. So I was turning 12 or 13 around that age.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think I was kind of like getting out of toys and kind of getting into more comics. And yeah, because I think I want to say, didn't He-Man and 3 3/4 GI Joe drop before Mask?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. Totally,
Three and three
totally.
quarter GI Joe was like 83, 82.
Yeah, 82 is when
Okay,
GI
and
Joe came out.
He-Man was approximately 83, 80,
81,
84,
around
81. Okay.
81. Yeah.
All right, so I have a boatload of He-Man in my storage, like all mint condition, really, because I didn't beat up my figures, and I had more of a collector mentality at that age. I was still like
Okay.
around 10, so I was just happy to have them all. So I have a nice minty raw collection. I do have some carded ones, and then the 3 and 3/4, I have carded, and I have some loose, but I got rid of a lot of loose because then I remember I was selling. I don't know if you guys, anybody in the chat, you got to an age where you just like, I want to get a car. And so you just started selling, dumping all your vintage toys at a place. And man, I regret because I had an awesome, dude, you would relate to this. I had an awesome Transformers collection, like a really, really deep. I had every Transformer, like from G1, the first
Yeah.
Optimus Prime, all of them. And then, uh, it was, I started to get into that age where I started buying 5.0 Mustang magazines, and I wanted a Mustang. And I was just like, I'm dumping all this shit so I can go get, once I got my Mustang, I wanted to get tires, I wanted to get, what do you got, mufflers and, sound system. Like I was just selling everything I had. And, yeah. I mean, of course, I spent years after that rebuying a lot of it, but nothing Transformers. The Transformers is just way too expensive, man. Just,
Yeah. Who you
you know.
telling? I'm trying
Oh,
to
I know.
collect.
I've watched you, man.
Dude, it's
I
like, bro, it's painstaking trying to
yeah,
like get especially sealed Transformers.
yeah.
It's such a headache. But I mean, to
It's
me, it's worth it. But
yeah.
it's
The
it's actually
only
it's fun though.
the only way I'll buy Transformers again, which I have been doing, but they have to be like flawlessly mint. Like somebody took them out of the box and just
Hmm.
displayed them. So I've been putting together Devastator because Devastator was one of my favorites. My number one favorite Transformer as a kid was Hound, which was
The Jeep,
the military Jeep.
yeah.
And but beyond that, as far as villains go, I my favorite was Devastator. And I also liked Soundwave, the tape, the tape deck or tape
Soundwave,
recorder. Yeah.
Soundwave Superior.
Yeah.
So this right here is the masterpiece edition.
Yeah.
Soundwave. This is the
You know,
masterpiece.
you know what it is? I'm gonna be honest with you. I love the simplicity of the vintage. Like I see all the new stuff they put out,
Yeah.
and it I don't like anything that looks like movie or looks like it's trying to look too real. This looks exactly almost it looks like a fancy version of our toys, right? It's
Yes.
a little bit better quality.
Yeah.
This, yeah. Um,
This thing needs to be
and
dusted though. So
well,
it's been
yeah,
sitting there for years on top of
yeah,
years.
yeah.
So it has to be
I
dusted.
I bought I walked into Walgreens, and Walgreens is like a small version of like Walmart in
Yeah.
New York, and they had this exclusive Transformer line that came in like in a box,
Mm.
and the box art is fantastic because it reminds me of the old school shit. And I'm sure if you put in like Transformers Walgreens exclusive, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I bought Jetfire, which was one that I liked a lot, but never had as a kid. And then what was the one that turned into a laser gun? He was a
Oh,
Decepticon.
Soundwave. No, no, no.
Sa-
Shockwave. Shockwave.
Shockwave, yeah, Shockwave, and Nate from Beyond Wednesdays, he gifted me Hound. Um, yeah, those were like some of my favorites. But I like the way they make them in those boxes because they kind of go back to the simplicity of how they were back in the days. They're
Right.
not fancy. They're not trying to be artwork. You know what I mean? They look like they're still trying to be toys. So, and I have that Soundwave you just whiz right by,
Which
and the
one?
Jetfire.
Oh,
That
this one.
one, yeah, that one was an exclusive at Walgreens, and then the Jetfire.
Dude,
There's a Jetfire.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
Walgreens was doing Transformers exclusives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's like a small version of Walmart, and it's pretty much like a pharmacy, and it's kind of like a CVS, or whatever. I don't know what's local out there in Cleveland, as far as like a little.
Those freaking things are Walgreens are everywhere in Ohio, in
Okay, all right.
Northeast
So
Ohio.
yeah, so mine has a really cool toy aisle, and so they had the Jetfire, uh, which I bought. I got uh the laser pistol, and then I got like I said, Nate gave me a Hound. So I have three of them, but I love the fact that the our box art is like very simple. It's not a window box; it's a regular box, and I just love that they look like kind of like a toy that I would love when I was a kid. So it's not all fancy and shit. So yo, what's up, JD,
What's happening?
Leaguer, Alex, everybody, Adam, what's up, Adam, Ka, what's going on? Happy Father's Day to everybody who has children out there. I had an amazing day with my father, my brother, my son. I kind of I hit a whole bunch of birds with one stone. I took them all out to a really nice dinner. I mean, my kids aren't young anymore. My son is a fire in the fire department, so he's a full grown man, and
Oh,
he's
that's
got his
cool,
own.
bro.
He blessed me with a beautiful granddaughter. She's 6, so it's fun having kids that you don't have to be responsible for anymore. So I love being around my granddaughter because all that energy she has, she goes right back home with him. So
Yeah, right.
so I get her all wound up at dinner with toys and sweets, and then she gets to go home and mess with them.
I
But
gotta
yeah,
imagine. I gotta imagine this was like a Knicks themed Father's Day throughout the tri-state area.
dude, it was out here. Nick's stuff was like probably the number one gift, to give or
Yeah.
anybody wanted. Like my brother, he's a diehard Mets fan,
Uh,
Giants, and a Knicks fan. And so I knew when they won or when they were about to win, he went out and bought himself like 5 different t-shirts. The hat that he wanted was sold out, which was the hat they gave him on the court, the championship hat. And so we have to wait till that's back in stock. But I bought him a Dick's Sporting Goods did an exclusive tumbler, which is kind of like this, right? But it's a little bit bigger, and
uh,
it's and he I got him the first one they dropped that sold out the same day after they won, which was the actual championship tumbler, and but that I say, let me tell you, you walk around New York right now, it you know how they say they paint the town red or whatever? They
yeah.
painted the town blue and orange, bro. Everybody, I'm talking about even the family. Like if you see a dude with like his 3 kids and his wife,
Uh-huh.
is everybody's wearing some kind of a blue, orange, and white. It's like, and everybody wants to like, and we're all congratulating each other. Like we're all saying like, Jesus, like we finally did it. I'm like, yeah, we finally did it. They did it. We're just happy it happened.
Yeah.
I always make fun of people who say we were on the court, tipping the ball in when Bunsen missed the shot. I was like, OG did that, man. Super talented guys, man. I'm just happy for them. I'm happy for the organization. I mean, how many great athletes have gone through the Knicks program? Like Hall of Fame guys, or even guys who are not Hall of Fame, but just memorable athletes. And I'm just happy for them, man. As a fan, I'm happy to see it, but I'm more happy for the organization. And I think that's why everybody came together so well when the Knicks were winning. It's because it's like now you can exhale. It's
Hmm.
no more of this bullshit where you have to hear from people like, oh, you're never going to see a championship. You're going to die without a championship. It's kind of like the Jet fans are going through that. because the last time they saw a championship was what, 68, 69.
Yeah.
Met fans are kind of going through that. Their last championship was 86, you know, and Nets fans are definitely going through that shit. And they're going to be going through that for a while longer. The basketball team, the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets,
Yeah.
but overall, New York really can't complain too much. We have Giants won a couple of championships in the 2000s. The Yankees won in 2009, plus what, four in the 90s. Um, even the Islanders and I think and the Rangers have had something in the 90s. So, you know, you- I'm just happy the Knicks did it, man, because it's an organization that I'm a big fan of the Knicks from the 90s. Patrick Ewing and John
Yeah.
Starks,
Yo,
Oakley, and
yo, yo, real quick. Who's still the greatest Nick?
for me, it's always going to be Patrick Ewing because you had to see him play to understand why.
Yeah.
For those that are growing up in this era, they'll never know. It's almost like the guys who only grew up knowing LeBron or Kobe.
Hmm.
And if you try to throw Jordan into the mix, that they just refuse. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea what Michael Jordan was. You know what I mean? Same
Yeah.
thing with Ewing, man. If you just go to YouTube, because YouTube is there, it gives it to you.
Yep.
Go watch the greatest plays of or highlights of Patrick Ewing. That dude was, even Shaq said that Shaq said, and he said this recently and he said this a while ago. So that's how you know it's true. He said this shit about 15 years ago and he said it after the Knicks won the championship.
Hmm.
He goes, the only player that had me intimidated when I went on the court, and some people said, who, Michael Jordan? He goes, nah. He says, Patrick fucking Ewing, man. He is Patrick Ewing. I was scared to death of Patrick. He said Patrick played with an intensity. He was like almost like an unstoppable force. And Patrick was huge. He was a big dude, man.
Yeah.
And that dude was flying in the air, slam dunking, and he was a real physical dude, man. And he scared the shit out of Shaq. Shaq said I had to get bigger and more, like get that rookie shit out of me to understand that I was actually, an unstoppable force myself. Where he
Mm.
said he wasn't scared of anybody anymore. But he said the one person that intimidated me was Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was a beast when he was in his youth. He was a beast in college, you know. But I would say for me right now, I mean, of course, the obvious answer is Brunson. Because Brunson is just, dude, he's, like you don't realize what he is until somebody actually tells you the stats, like his
Yeah.
numbers. Like if you just go by what you saw on TV, it's like, oh yeah, it looked like he struggled a lot, or maybe he got lucky. Dude, I'm telling you, break it down statistically. Look at his statistic numbers in the playoffs, in the finals, and not just this year. He was this kind of guy for the past few years when the Knicks acquired him. Luka Doncic, who worked with him in Dallas,
Hmm.
said the biggest mistake he always felt the organization made was letting Brunson go. He said they had no understanding how fucking super talented that guy was. It's because he was a guy who came off the bench. He wasn't an everyday starter.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, when he was in Dallas, he came off the bench. He got all that play time when Luca got hurt, and then he came in and he got Dallas through some portion of the playoffs. But his lack of experience, which is normal for young guys, but you got to remember, this guy won two championships in college,
Mm.
and then he's got championship caliber, blood in him. Like he knows how to win.
Yeah.
He just needed somebody to believe in him and put him at that position. And then when the Knicks acquired him, they're like, dude, you're our point guard. And you build around a guy like that. And I'm not saying they're gonna repeat, but dude, they're gonna be a team to be reckoned with for the next few years because a lot of these guys are willing to even take a little less pay to maintain the team. The
Yeah.
fact that they're all willing to do that means that they actually give a fuck about each other. And when you have a team that cares about each other more than they care about money, that means you're gonna have a team that you gotta remember this is a team that can't be bought. They're not risking, saying, "Oh, I want more money. I'm going to chase more money and go play with another team and never win
Yeah.
again." They want to win again. If they're willing to take pay cuts, it's because they have a goal still in their brain. That's different. That's different level shit in an athlete. When you put money aside and you just say, I have a goal where I just want to win again, I want to
Mhm.
get back to this again. I want to show people this wasn't a fluke, you know? So we'll see.
All right.
But
Yeah, man. Yeah, I told you in the I think it was in the chat. I'm happy for you, man.
yeah. Oh yeah, man, I got that. And I appreciate that, man. Because there are people that, that were fucking with me bad. Like because everybody was making these wanting to make these bets, or I was like, dude, I really don't want to bet. I just want to enjoy the moment. I don't want to be sitting there counting points or trying to figure out how many games I need to get to win the bet. I just want to enjoy the whole moment. That's why I didn't even really bet on FanDuel. Usually I bet a little something on the
Mhm.
sports. But I was like, no, I want to watch this. I want to pay attention to it. I don't want to be thinking about what do I need to win money. And so I didn't do any bets with anybody, but there were a lot of interesting, funny things being said. And then when it was all said and done, you know, it is what
You
it is now.
you know
So
what, man? It could be like how when it was Cleveland and Golden State for 4
right.
years. It could be what, Knicks and Spurs for a hot minute.
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. It all depends on what moves. Yeah, remember, just because the season hasn't moves haven't been made yet.
Mm,
Usually it's after the finals is where you'll start hearing about trade rumors or somebody going for a new contract. You gotta remember there's players that are eligible to move around now. So you got LeBron, you got Giannis is always some form of trade bait. And you kind of sense already he doesn't really want to be there anymore.
yeah.
I just think he doesn't want to fuck around with the middle of the season type of shit. So off season, I think he kind of like he wants to do whatever moves that are potentially, on the table. He wants it all during the off season, which I respect. I like a guy who's like, this is my team right now. If this is the team I'm playing with, I'm not thinking about trades. I'm not thinking about anything else during the season. When the season's over and somebody wants to talk to me about trade or buying up my contract or me going over there, I respect that about him. You know what I mean? He's not trying to get distracted. But there's a lot of things that can happen right now, during the off season. Can you imagine if the Spurs get anybody legit? It doesn't matter how old they are.
Mhm.
If they get
Yeah.
Giannis, if they get LeBron, if they get anybody that's got some experience that's been there that can kind of pull them together a little better and facilitate the ball. If they get Draymond Green is not going back to Golden State.
He's not.
He's no, I don't think so.
Mm.
All the signs, if you pay attention to what's going on in Golden State, they're going to break up that entire team and build around Steph. Steph is like, until Steph says he's done, that team is going to keep him. So they're going to build around Steph. But you're probably not going to see Green. If Green is smart, because Green likes to win, he'll go to the Spurs. All right. So don't be surprised, and I'm saying it right fucking now. If Draymond doesn't go to San Antonio, he has 4 rings. He has the experience. He's a veteran. He's a young veteran. He's not an old guy. He can still run with that team. He can still help them focus and bring them tighter.
Yeah.
And they won't make the same stupid mistakes they made against the Knicks. They're gonna be, if they can get a Draymond Green, or man, um, I don't know. I don't even know who can fuck with them if they get a Draymond Green to facilitate to stand in the middle of that court and move and control movement of that ball. You gotta remember, if you don't need Wemby doing what Draymond does, Wemby can be anywhere he wants on that court, and it just becomes a bigger nightmare. He doesn't have to be under that rim. Wemby has a great outside shot. You know, like again, we could fuck with him and call him a crybaby. We can call him spoiled. We can call him, a flopper, whatever it is. But the guy, if you watch sports, he's going to be a guy who wins rings,
Mm.
right? Whether it's next year or within the next 3 or 5 years, it's not going to be much longer though. And if they get Draymond Green, that shit can be very well next year. And as much as I want to see my guys repeat, or at least within the next 2 or 3 years win one more,
Yeah.
um, Wemby and the Spurs, if they can get a guy like Draymond, even a guy like LeBron, and I'm not a LeBron fan, and I'm not saying I'm not a LeBron fan because I respect what he is. I just don't like LeBron. I don't like the entitlement that he gets. That he kind of tries to act like he's better than Jordan. He's better than all the greats of the game. He's not. He's one of the greatest, but he's not the greatest.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I'm not going to get into debates with anybody about that shit because there are guys that are way more passionate about LeBron, obviously, than me. And I'm not going to fight. 'Cause I've had 2 hour fucking back and forth with those guys in my cigar lounge. I'm talking about where, dude, I need to drink a bottle of water when I finish talking to these dudes, man. They got me dry. But I'm just saying, if the Spurs get somebody legit like a Draymond Green or LeBron or Giannis, it's over. It is over. They will win back-to-back championships. OKC eventually, after they lose 2, 3 years in a row, they're gonna break that team up because teams don't stick together anymore. You just
Nope.
don't. So if
Right.
OKC got the championship already, they got banged out this year by the Spurs, and they're gonna get banged out again if the Spurs acquire somebody. And that beat up session is gonna go on for the next 2, 3 years with OKC. And once they realize, okay, this shit ain't working, they're gonna start shedding off those parts, and they're gonna start trying to rebuild. They're always gonna build around what's his name, Sean Alexander,
Yeah.
but all them other guys are expendable. So just watch and see. There's going to be a lot of changes in the NBA within the next 2 to 3 years. But the Spurs, if they can get somebody veteran that can kind of help this guy grow, the NBA is fucked. You could forget about your favorite team ever winning if they get Draymond Green. And Draymond Green, I keep saying Draymond Green because people don't understand how fucking good that guy is. It's not about points with him. It's about what he brings to the game, the position he plays, his role. He knows exactly what he needs to be. He doesn't need to be a scorer. He just needs to be a facilitator. He controls movement. He stands in the paint. He facilitates the ball. He helps set up everything, every play. And also, he's not the biggest guy, but he is not afraid of anybody. He will sit there and push anybody around that needs to be pushed. So that's it.
Listen, it's just me and Heroes Were Born. We're talking about whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, everybody. I know we're all here for comics, so it's just he asked me about what was my week like. How do you ask a New Yorker? That's a Knicks fan. I mean, look at me, man. I got fucking banners. I got all the Knicks lights behind me. I got my championship chain, my bling, my towel behind me.
Are you getting the Knicks championship belt licensed
No,
by WWE?
hell no, no. I don't want garbage. Look, again. I get the people that are wrestling fans.
Yeah.
That would be great if I was a wrestling fan, but I was a fan when I was a kid, and when I loved wrestling, it's nothing what it is today. I was Hulk Hogan before he was Hulkamania. Andre the Giant, what's his name? George the Animal Steel,
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog. All of those. These are really old school guys. They didn't have flashing lights and nothing. It was just tights, a pretty decent gimmick. Um, but I I don't know if I can get into a World Series. What is that? Wrestling belts that are Nick themed.
Yeah.
That's not for me. I just listen, I like a couple nice different hats, maybe a couple of nice t-shirts. I'll buy a couple of these like this shit here. This is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's a tumbler showing Brunson standing on 1 foot on Wemby on the ground. Stuff like that. Like I like little gimmicks, little things, simple. This is like, what do you do? Hang that on the wall, or do I dare walk around with that?
This would have been great to walk around with, like, say at the parade.
Oh yeah, if you had that at during the watch parties, man,
Yeah.
you would guarantee there would be a billion videos of you already like on YouTube from a watch party because people would be like, "Yo, we got to get that guy in video." But yeah, I can't. I wouldn't even know what to do with that.
I don't know if I like this design that much.
It's cool. Like I said, it's cool, but I personally wouldn't care about it in my display room. Because those things are big, man. They have them in my LCS has a memorabilia store, and they've had actual belts from real wrestlers. signed and everything. And I've seen those things are big, man. You need some space for that, especially if you want it all spread wide open like that. And knowing me, I'm going to Fanatics Fest. So of course I'm gonna get some signatures. And
Yeah.
if I had that shit, I'd probably get everybody on the team signed on that. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be cool. But I again, what am I gonna do with that? I'm gonna fight somebody.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
Liger's like 40 minutes and not one comic is talking about.
Hell no. Has it been 40
Listen,
minutes?
yo,
Yeah, shit,
hey,
40 minutes.
listen, ain't no Mr. Longshore, ain't no Dino, ain't no Michael here. You know
Yeah,
what?
long shot would have threw water on our fire already by now.
Listen, we talk about
Ben
what we
Ben likes to
want.
get Ben likes to get right to business because he's got to get his sleep for the next day. So sometimes I even get scared. I get scared to talk when Ben is like. I look at Ben, I'm like, shit, I don't want to piss him off.
Listen,
But
we
when
might.
you
This
got
might
just
be an all
me,
nighter.
dude, when you got just me and Mercenot, we've already broke records, right? We've gone for
Yeah,
over 4 hours. And if you throw Mike into the mix, forget about it. We're
yeah.
talking about trading cards. We're talking about vintage toys, comics. You know, forget about it, man. Mike is going into his Narnia closet, showing all his shit.
Hell yeah! And listen, we're off the rails tonight. It is what it is. It's an off the rail show.
And I'm sure Mike, if it wasn't Father's Day, Mike could be in here right now because he would be in the chat. And once we start talking about wrestling and Knicks, and he would jump right on. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I guess we'll get into some sales, bro.
Let's talk into some
I
books.
guess we will. All right. We
Oh,
we have.
check this out real quick. I
Uh,
have to show this. I bought from Mark Spears. Everybody knows I'm a huge Mark Spears fan, and he's a friend of mine. And I got into his eBay live sale.
mm,
And while his live sale was going, the Knicks were, I think, were in game 3. And so when he saw I won some of his stuff, he said, "Hey John," he said, "good luck to your Knicks." And I said, "Dude," and I said in the live chat, I said, "You have to write Go Knicks on something I bought. Like I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a
yeah,
book." So he went and did this huge. He gave me this big shipping
bro,
box,
bro,
and I used one of his trading cards to cover the label because I'm trying to protect the guy's
yeah,
address and stuff. But he did this huge piece of artwork, and he wrote "Go Knicks" on the top,
bro.
and then he signed it with a remark. And
That's
so
freaking cold,
now I have to cut this lid off. I got to get it framed, and already people are telling me put a picture of the Knicks here holding up the trophy, to cover the label in the frame.
yeah,
So I may do that. But dude, it's so cool that he did that, man. And to get a piece of artwork this big from the guy, like
mm-hmm.
for nothing, like I had to write to him, and I didn't want to mess with him too much because it happened to be his birthday as well as Father's Day. So I was just like, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But he's a good guy, man.
Yeah, that's freaking cold right there.
But yeah, he hyped me up during his life sale with this Go Knicks. I was like, dude, you gotta write that for me. Yeah. So, so
Damn, that's a freaking sweet piece though.
yeah, I was just like, yo, dude, when the postman, because I take care of my postman. I give him
Uh-huh.
Christmas cards and a little something in there. So he made sure he took care of this. He was just like, dude, I wasn't gonna let anything wet this or whatever. He said, but how does he ship this? Like he said, what if somebody else that's a comic guy, would have seen this along the route?
Oh,
I'm like, I don't know. I'm
I
sure
know.
that's a
Yeah.
big, big risk, man. Because I tell you what, if I was a Post fan and I'm a big Mark Spears fan, I see this, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm like, listen, your shit is gonna arrive, just not in this box. Uh, uh, but yeah. So, and yo, isn't it Ben's birthday as well right now?
No,
Like
no, no.
last
I
time
think
we had him on, he
his.
said his birthday was like in a week or something.
You know what? I think it happened already.
Oh, did
It happened.
okay.
Yes, it did happen already.
Well, anyway, if he's listening, or I'm sure he'll watch it eventually. Happy birthday, Ben. I know you said you didn't want to saying happy birthday, but I don't give a shit. Happy birthday, brother.
I told him I wasn't going to wish him happy birthday.
You
So
made another cycle around, what is it? Around the sun, brother. You got to celebrate that. So
I told him I wasn't going to do it.
well, yeah, you made the promise. I didn't. So happy birthday, man. And happy Father's Day as well.
All right. What we doing? What we talking about? Got some golden age goodness here. Hey, you know.
Yeah, I got that. I got that one right there. That's one of my favorites.
What this cap?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. I got that one.
What grade?
3. It's either a 3 or it's probably a 3. Dude. Most of my I told you most of my golden age fall between 2.5 and 3.5. Because back when I was buying them, I wasn't really overly interested in super high grade. I was just interested in getting as many as I can. And thank God I was doing that back then, because I mean, now these books are all selling for 2,000 and more.
Heck yeah.
So I think I was buying them around $400 a piece. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this Captain America Comics 12. This thing sold, the 4.0 sold for $2,413 after 28 bids. Wow.
That's healthy, man.
Damn. Okay.
But it is a gorgeous cover. If you look at just that whole black cover, and they really the colors just really pop on that, man. It really does. Like when you look at that, it just when I first saw this, I was like, I knew I had to have it. That whole the black cover with all the colors that pop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So is this on, like, is this price on point to you?
Yeah. It's certain earlier caps, and when I say earlier, anything under the 40s, it's weird because the ones that are like 40 and higher seem to get more in a 4.0 or higher grade. And it's because I want to say that we were at a point in the war where these books were either, less likely to survive. I want to say that being one thing, and another thing is he started to transition. When they did the horror, the weird tales type of cover for the Cap. I think less of those exist because people didn't know what to make of that. It didn't really look like Captain America comics anymore. So I think less of those kind of exist. And as a collector from back then, and when I say back then, I'm talking about early 2000s, like, around 2000, 2004, between that time, when I was buying these a lot, I even shied away from the horror Captain America stuff because I was more into traditional war Captain America. I wanted to see Nazis or Japanese or Russians. I wanted to see actual war scenes, or I wanted to see at least something happening with Cap involved with something, war. It didn't even have to have, soldiers on the cover. It just had to be that era. And once it went past 40s, it started transitioning into like he was fighting like guys in the fucking New York gang members, mafia type guys, which is obviously after the war ended. He started tackling prohibition and stuff like that, and and then it started introducing other heroes like, what is it? What's the one that Ben likes? Golden Sun Girl or some shit? Or yeah. Like it started introducing some of these chicks in the comics where it's and then it did the horror crap, and it's not crap. It's probably the most expensive shit that's around right now. But but this seems to be priced exactly where it would be. Like if you went to a comic show, I would not be surprised if somebody said they wanted $2,500 for this, and they'd get it because it's a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, especially to me, a 4.0 is probably perfect for a golden ager.
And believe it or not, a 3.5, 3 and 4 is the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's where Golden Age doesn't really look that bad. You know what I mean? If you're not concerned about something being a 7 or an 8, like super high grade, because there are guys out there that want high grade.
Yeah.
But if you're not overly obsessed with high grade, I'm telling you, the sweet spot is 3.5 and 4.40 on where it looks really good for a book, to see that grade on it. Because a 4.0 Golden Age looks way better than a Bronze Age 4.0, in my opinion.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, they Golden Age books and pulps get graded differently. So if you get a mid grade, like I think I've said this about pulps, if you get a 7.0 on a pulp, to me, that's like a 9.0 in modern day books. It's like that's
Mm-hmm.
really high grade for a pulp. Golden Age, if you get a 6, I would say if you get a 5.5, 6.0 or higher, you're in that area where you might as well be like an 8 or a 9, because it looks
Mm-hmm.
that good. So
Yeah. All right. Okay. So Planet. Wow. Look at this price here. A 6.0 Planet Comics with the rivets. Number 8. CGC 6.0. So this sold for $2,200. So this 6.0.
wow.
So which one would you take? The Planet Comics 6.0 or the Cap 4.0?
Excluding the fact that I own it already, I would still want the cap.
Okay.
Like I let's put it this way: if I had 2,500 to spend, I would be looking at that cap to see that it's an upgrade to the one I have already, and I would be thinking already buy that, flip the one I have, and I tell you the truth, with the money, I'd still be trying to get another cap to fill in the run. So I
I
love Planet
understand.
Comics though. I really do. I love all the sci-fi. I love horror from the Golden Age, but Captain America books and Marvel comics, Marvel mystery comics. Some of my real like, I don't really fuck with it too much because again, I don't have $2,000 to $3,000 for every fucking issue that comes out. I just don't.
Right, right, right.
So I love looking at them though. I'll go to if I find a dealer that has a lot of it, I will sit there and ask them like, is it okay if I come around and just get a closer look? And I love looking at them though. Golden Age books are really really special if you know what the hell you're looking at. So
This is I mean the reds are pretty deep on this.
yeah, that's a great grade for that book.
Yeah. This thing is really solid
And
shit.
you would almost think that this is a little bit faded the colors, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way they painted that cover. And you know, the Planet Comics is funny because, I think Planet Comics, the actual name, the title got on people's radar with Dave Stevens when he
Mm-hmm.
did the kind of like the Bronze Age version of that, right? Or
Yeah.
not bronze. What was Dave Stevens? Like 80s, right? 1980s?
Yes,
80,
80s or 80s,
86, 80,
90s,
yeah,
80s,
86 to
90s.
90.
Yeah.
And he brought back the Planet Comics, and so that's more like when you hear Planet Comics, I think some people gravitate towards like Dave Stevens stuff, but yeah, the Golden Age Planet Comics has some really killer covers, man. I think Ben has didn't he just acquire a really cool Planet Comics, or is it not a Planet? It's World something
Oh, Out of This World.
Out of This World. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that book, let me tell you something. Once that gets on guys' radar and they
Uh-huh.
see it differently, dude, that is a sick robot cover, and then he's carrying the fucking woman in distress.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of book that wouldn't surprise me becomes an $8,000 book like within a year or two. Once people start realizing what that cover is.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben got that for a fucking killer deal, man, for the grade that he has.
Yep.
So that's a major home run. And he even had me put that shit on my watch list now. Like I'm looking out for that. Yeah, I'm looking out for that cover now. So yeah.
All right. Okay, Spitfire Comics 133. So we have the Chica here. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell is she doing? Hold on, hold on. We gotta zoom in. Hold on. What is she doing? No.
Isn't she shooting at some cops or what is that? Or what is she doing?
It looks like
Yeah, she's
she's
got a gun in her hand and is that cops or is that like soldiers? Oh, is that
soldiers.
that's a Nazi. He's like
Soldiers.
an SS soldier, right?
Okay, so this is 45. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right the end of the war, and she's probably somebody from the resistance, and this motherfucker's got a hammer in his hand. He's gonna get wiped out by her.
Okay, so she's got the Beretta, and okay, so we got the evil. It looks like an evil doctor. We got the commandant, and it looks like she's like dropping down. She's like mid air.
Yeah, like she knew he was walking in, and she was trying to get out the window, like to escape. So
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
it's a Italian military.
yeah.
Italian military. Okay.
You got the Italians, you got the French, all that resistance. The Europeans. Yeah.
You know what, man? This 8.0. Okay, so this is a CGC 8.0, right?
hmm
This does not look any better than that 6.0 Planet Comics, honestly.
Yeah. The thing is you got to take in consideration front, back cover, the interior, the condition of the paper. Sometimes with those golden age, the covers can look pretty good, but then if you get a closer look, sometimes you'll see like leaking fluid coming out of the staples that has like that purplish rust, like in the paper. Like anything can really knock down the grade on a golden age. The problem is that you won't get much less than a 3.5 unless the book is really falling apart. So that's the good thing about Golden Age, is that as long as the book is not like spine split, missing huge chunks, or restapled, your book is really going to be around a 3.5 if it's somewhat intact. But this book here, like you said, it looks like it shouldn't be that high, but I bet you there's other qualities that help that grade out. Probably when you open up the book, it's probably the pages are still very soft. It's probably, is it off-white pages or white pages?
It's off white
It-
pages.
yeah, so it's off-white, which is a huge bonus for a book from the 40s. You got to imagine nobody was using fucking comic boxes and bags and boards, and nobody was putting their books in, dark rooms with controlled temperature, you know. So
Damn. I'm
it's
I'm
beautiful,
digging the
beautiful
dress,
colors,
bro.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the dress. So chrome shoes with that dress.
She's probably a dancer, bro.
You know, I actually don't mind the shoes with the dress. That looks good. It looks good.
Ooh, chrome
Yeah.
slippers, chrome shoes.
All right. What are we talking about here? Hulk #1.
Wow, $4,000.
Coverless. Coverless Hulk 1 sold for $4,175 after 34 bids.
Every time I think this book is going to come back to normality,
Yeah.
meaning it'll just fall in line with the other Silver
Uh-huh.
Age key books, it doesn't. A coverless copy for over $4,000.
Damn.
This is a high hopes, like, hey, I'll find a cover one day type of guy.
Yeah. It's
Ugh.
okay. So what would a cover cost? Just the cover.
Probably the same.
Just the cover
If it,
wrap.
if it was just a decent looking cover, you
Yeah.
got to think it can't. There's, first of all, I've seen a shitload of coverless Hulk ones. You know how many people are gonna be chasing that cover when it shows up at auction? And guys with money, it's not like gonna be like, the kind of people that own a coverless copy got money. If you got
Mhm.
$4,000 for a coverless copy, you've got money.
Yes.
So if just the cover comes up, and you got like 30 guys that need that cover, that auction is going for around this price, about $4 or $5,000, maybe even more, because some guys might think, I finally get to complete my book. And once that gets into your head, that goes in, it results in bidding, man. Like, I
Uh,
personally would want to buy this, but not for $4,000.
yeah.
I'd be good around 2.
Yes.
I don't know about 4. 4 seems extreme. I still feel like I can find a copy with a cover for like $5,000,
It
which I came close to one time.
feels like no meat on the bone at 4,000.
Yeah, there is. If you find a cover, that cover paired with the book can now get you, probably, if the cover looks decent, you could probably get into the teens with a bid, with
Mhm.
flipping it. You know.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Hey, which one would you take? This Hulk 1 coverless or this 3.0 Tales of Suspense?
The whole coverless.
Really?
That Tales of Suspense is wrecked. Look at it, man.
Let's
You don't even have to zoom in. You can just see it. It's wrecked.
uh
Unless that's some horrible glare that's fucking that cover up. But
it looks like glare. Hold on. Let's zoom in.
it
Let's zoom in. It looks like it could be glare. Let's
looks
see.
chewed up on the cover from a distance, but it looks on the spine, I should say.
No, it looks good.
What is
See it?
going on that spine? Why is it all blotchy like that? It's like a file copy, like somebody ripped it out of a book.
Okay, so you got little imperfections here. Let's take a
Eh,
look back. Damn, this is a nice looking 3.0.
yeah, I'd still go for the Hulk only because again, I would never buy that Hulk for $4,000. But if you
Mm-hmm.
put those two in front of me, I'm leaning towards the Hulk because I'm always gonna have that high hope of finding an auction for just a cover. So
Okay. All right.
Dino made me a believer, man. He's the right. Didn't he pair a couple of books? Some really nice Golden Age books with their covers and coverless books over the years. I know he had one where he had the guy like his head was coming out of buried in the ground with all that red ants about to like crawl.
Yes.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
that. He had that cover list for like a year or two, and then he finally found a cover and somehow put them together and got a blue label like a 2.0 or some shit or 1.8. But he made me a believer. So
All right. Cap 17 CGC 1.0 sold for 1,500. So he's taking on a ghoul. But this was a buy. Okay, so this was a buy it now at 1,500. You
you
think if this
understand?
went
Ghouls were Nazis.
uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that fucking ghoul has a Nazi symbol somewhere on his body.
Let's see.
Ghouls were Nazis. I know the Japanese, they like to put fangs on them, like make them look like Draculas. So like Japanese soldiers were always depicted as some kind of a like vampire with fangs and claws, and Nazis always had they were like monsters or zombies, but they were like you said, ghouls. And that's probably, well, he doesn't have a Nazi logo on him, but bet you he's working for the Nazis.
I love. Okay, so we got one of these ghouls with with a gun, other one with a knife.
Mm, it's Nazis.
Damn, these dudes scary looking.
Hell
Cap's
yeah.
just taking them on like it ain't no big thing.
Mm,
Okay. Okay, so if this went to auction,
right.
you think this would have went for more than 15?
What do you
You
have it
know,
at buy it now?
yeah, it was a buy it now for 15.
With it's hard to say with a 1.8. Um but remarkably has off-white pages from 1.8. Like I told you, if you put any other book from a Silver Age or higher
Yeah.
and a 1.8, it looks like a dog ripped it apart.
Yeah.
But you put a Golden Age 1.8, it looks like a book that you wouldn't still mind owning in a way, you know? Like I wouldn't mind owning this book for that price, you know? Do I think it would get more? Uh
Yeah.
it would still fall into the 1,300 to 1,800 range. I don't think it's 2,000 qualifier. It, so it's still in that ballpark. So I think this guy who sold the book, he knew what he had, he knew what they typically go for, and he figured faster sale if I just put buy it now.
Okay,
You know?
Greater Notes reads reattach with tape cover, brittleness, splitting interior spine, multiple creases cover, multiple stain cover, multiple pieces out of cover. Oh, okay. There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But okay, so was 1,500 a good deal for this or nah?
For the seller, um again, you would have to need this issue. And if you're not, if you're kind of like me where you're not obsessed with condition,
Hmm.
it seems like a good deal. Like again, it's at a price point where it's within striking distance, for a
Okay.
golden age collector that collects Captain America. Um,
Right.
I think once it starts hitting 1800, 2000, it's like you start getting towards that, I'll wait. But if it's in that 1500 to 1000,
Yeah.
you're going to buy it probably. Especially if it's slabbed already. You already know it's not purple label, it's not, pieced together or glue on the spine, shit like that. So,
All right. Okay. Crime, suspense, stories. So this is a classic hanging cover, and this bad boy sold. So this raw copy sold for 1975 after 43 bids.
wow,
Hmm.
healthy.
Yeah, very healthy.
Yeah.
Next is an Amazing Fantasy 15 CGC 4.0. So this sold for 21,300 after 54 bids. Just
I gotta
ended today.
Yeah, I gotta say this right now. If
Hmm.
you're in the market or always dreamed about getting an AF-15, now's the time to get it. This is on a dip, bro. They were 2.5s were selling for this much. All right. So that's why when you start showing me sales that ended under 15 grand, I think you
Yeah,
had
yeah.
one last week that was around 12 and change, right?
Hmm.
I was mad at myself. I would have bought that shit in a minute and flipped it.
Damn.
4.0, that is cheap for a 4.0. I'm
Shit.
telling.
I was okay. So I remember being at a store and they had a 4.5 of this.
Yeah.
And I asked them what they wanted, and they were like 45,000.
Yep. I was gonna say around 40 grand they probably want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, most of these, let's put it this way. I know some people relate a certain number per point on certain books, right?
Hmm.
Amazing Fantasy, I think you could probably put about 10 grand for every point, at least up to a certain point, meaning anything over five, you're probably leaping into higher numbers. But I
Hmm.
would say four and lower, it's about 10, a little bit more than 10 grand per point. So when uh, this ending at 21 grand, that is a really, really insane dip because
Absolutely.
I know for a fact I've seen some sell for 2.5 in that $20,000 range. So to get almost two full points more um, for that same price, that seems to me like there's a lot of room to make money if you know how to move this book.
Yeah.
See me, if I get this book at that price, I'm putting, 45 grand on it with best offer. And it's gonna be on the top of my wall at every fucking show I do. And I'm not gonna give a shit if it doesn't sell for 5 years because this is a book. Yeah,
Yep.
this is a book that you will get. Everybody on the floor will come to your booth. People with money, people with no money. Everybody's gonna want to see the Amazing Fantasy up close. And if they can't buy that, they will buy something else. But this brings people to your booth. So
21 grand.
yeah.
Okay, so if I had seen this if this were say at a store for that much, I probably would have maxed out a credit card and
Just
like
put a
rent.
huge deposit and see if the store owner will give you a payment plan that makes
Yeah.
sense. You
Hmm.
know, but if you tell them, look, what do I need to put down to get us to talk about a legitimate payment plan? Oh, that's all. Just say, where do you think we need to be? Just what secures it, and then
Okay.
how long do I have to pay it off? And if the
Mm,
guy is really cool with you, he'll give you close to 6 months. If he's
mm,
cool with you, anything over 6 months, I wouldn't even want to deal with it. I'm
okay.
like less than 6 months, I will deal with anybody if I have that kind of $40,000 book.
Yes.
But for 21 grand, like I said, first of all, I'm not selling a 4.0 for 21 grand. But if I have a 2.5 and you want to pay, whatever the current market value is, if you give me, anywhere between 10 to 15% down, I'll give you up to 6 months if I know you,
Hmm.
you know. But if I don't know you, it's like pay, I don't care how you do it. You can do transfer, you can do cashier's check, give me money, cash. I won't take Bitcoin. I had a guy one time offer me Bitcoin or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
And I laughed at him. I had a Human Torch #1.
Yeah.
And I think he asked me, well, what do you got on your Human Torch #1? I think I had around 14 grand or 12 grand on it. And he was like, he made me an offer, but it was like some kind of a Bitcoin. I was like, nah, man, I don't know nothing about that. To me, it's like you might as well give me monopoly money. And I'm not saying Bitcoin ain't worth shit. I just don't know enough about it. So
Yeah.
I like the feel of paper or little maybe some gold coins. If you got gold coins or silver, I'll deal with that too. So, dude, if you listen, it's the easiest thing to learn about silver and gold, right? If it's already pressed coins, don't be afraid to take that shit. Just know that whoever you're getting it from, that you can trust them, they're reliable, that they're not giving you fucked up coins. But if you can get gold or silver, that is well worth more than cash. And if you get the equivalent to cash in that, it's going to grow a lot faster than, of course, money's always going to be worth what it says the paper is worth. Silver and gold fluctuates, you know.
Did
So
this freaking guy relist this? This dude relisted the
same book.
yes, the same book. He relisted it.
That's weird. And then what's this 7,600? Oh, it's up. It's in
Yep.
bids. Ends in 2
Mm-hmm.
days. So
Yep.
maybe the guy didn't pay. Maybe the guy
I'm.
fucked up.
I bet you he got pissed off with the price. I bet you got pissed off with the price. Whoever the seller was,
No, because
and relisted it.
you'd be crazy to put it at auction at a low number again. Like if you're pissed off at the price, just put it up what it should go for and take a best offer.
Okay, so take a look at this. Here's the. Okay. All right. So this guy got negative feedback like just today. Okay, so seller posted this as an auction with no reserve. I was the highest
Oh,
bidder and paid right away. Seller
wow.
then canceled my order and refunded it without explanation. I can only assume seller expected the auction to end at a higher amount
Of course
and
he
simply
did.
canceled my order,
Yeah.
and he was not happy with the ending price. Don't waste your time.
And then
Oh,
and look at his feedback. His feedback is jacked. So obviously, listen, he's not a scammer because he could have kept the money if he was a scammer,
yeah.
right? But he's not a scammer. He's just a piece of shit because
Right, 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 right,
he
right,
didn't
right.
honor his auction.
Yeah.
I would first of all, I'm going to be honest. If you're not putting this in Heritage, where
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get all the guys with huge amounts of money like focusing in on your auction, you're
Yes.
putting it on fucking eBay with even if you put it at a $9,000 start. We just finished talking about this now for almost 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
It is a $40,000 book, maybe more. All right, just put 45 grand, make me a best offer, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
eBay, you got to kick back. eBay, what is the percentage you got to kick back to eBay now?
15.
Like,
15.
yeah, fuck that, man. I'm not even, dude. I don't even know what kind of offer I would accept, knowing I have to kick back 15 to eBay. Unless you got this book, 25 years ago, and you have like, 8 grand into it,
Yeah.
and you can afford to fuck around like that. But if you paid up for this, I'm not putting this on eBay for 45 grand because 15% back to eBay, and
Yeah.
then the stress of, because you gotta remember, taxes, you gotta pay taxes on this shit. At the end of the year, this is gonna hit the IRS, this sale. And so you got to kick taxes into this shit now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're losing all kinds of money, man. This is a live, listen, this is I sell this book at a show. All right. You advertise, get on social media, get on every fucking Instagram, Facebook, threads, get on all of them and say this book is going to be at, Elite 11 or New York Comic Con, San Diego. And, post a billion pictures. I guarantee you this will sell before the show even starts. Cause I
Mm-hmm.
had a raw copy. All right. I sold at New York City Comic Con. This fucking guy that had money like you wouldn't believe. He came into the show an hour before everybody else did with another dude. And he asked me, what did I have on my raw copy and what grade did I think it was? And when we talked about grade, my speculation on grade and what I wanted, he went back and forth with me a little bit. He said, okay, we kind of made an agreement, like basically just a handshake agreement. He said, "I'll be back." And after like 40 minutes passed, I was like, "This dude ain't coming back, right?" And I even told another dealer, I was like, "This guy just jerked me off for like 15 fucking minutes about, like." So, and what happens before the show even starts? Now the show opens, the main floor opens up, I think at 10. I think this guy he was in the showroom floor around 8:15, 8:30 in the morning. And he was there for my book. He was there for Amazing Fantasy. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody said, the guy you want to speak to, he goes, he's got one on his wall right now. And he came up to me and he looked at it. We talked about it. And like I said, less than 20 minutes later, I'll be back. Then I didn't see him for about 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Came back with a fucking uh, like an envelope, like it was a mob payoff. And I just remember he said, count it. So I sat down on a stool and I counted it under the table, and all the money was there. And he went and got it graded, and he got a half a point higher than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And so he made out as far as value.
Uh-huh.
Um and the fastest transaction I ever had, because I bought the book from another dealer who was a friend of mine, and he gave me a friend price, and I didn't even get a chance to do anything with it. Like I bought it, you know, basically at load-in, and load-in is a day before the show,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought it at load-in. The next day, I had it on my wall, but I had it as I didn't even set up yet. Like I just put it on the wall just to make sure I know, okay, I'm building my wall around this, right? So I put it on my wall, and the guy came up to me and he said, "Somebody directed me to you, said you had this A15. Can I get a closer look?" Absolutely. Talked about it. And like I said, part of me was hoping he was full of shit. I wanted to play with the book for a while. I wanted to have it for show. And this dude was not fucking around. He left and came back with the money. I wound up selling that book for 13, almost 14 grand, like 13
Mm.
6. And but if I tell you what I paid for it, I
Yeah,
didn't pay
yeah.
much, paid less than 7 grand for it. So,
Okay.
you know, but that was a good old day. Dude, I have pictures with me holding multiple AF-15s, because there was a time you can get AF-15s, you know what I mean? Like they were still within a reasonable price, They weren't crazy. Yeah. If you've ever did a transaction with me on PayPal, my profile picture on PayPal
Uh-huh.
is me holding two AF-15s. I had a 2.5 and a 3.5. So yeah.
Justin Shannon, I can't believe KA47840079 isn't reliable. Who would have foreseen?
Mm. Yeah, dude. Listen, COVID fucked everybody. All right. If you're a seller or a collector, it fucked everybody.
Yes, it
It
did.
changed the market forever, because a lot of these books just never came back.
Mm-hmm.
AF-15s, like I said, I used to be able to buy them for well under 10 grand a piece. Well under 10 grand.
Oh,
You know,
jeez.
like I told you, I sold this guy a 4.5, and I paid, probably around six and, I don't know, 65, 68, somewhere around that.
Yeah.
And then I flipped it for 13.5. And I really put the FU price on it. I did not want to sell it. And this guy was not backing off, like he was just like, we came to an agreement. I was like, when he left, I was like, oh, he just dicked me around for 15 minutes. But then a part of me was like, fine, I don't care. And when he came back, I was like, fuck, I was like, you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. We'll see what this. Okay, so we're gonna see what
I said
this.
that's a fake. It's basically a bad transaction. It's not legit.
Yeah.
The words, in my opinion, listen, I would never let that book go for less than 40 or 30,
Mhm.
38. So it doesn't surprise me, but he's a piece of shit. So whoever this seller is, he has no fucking feedback anyway. Um, I think, eBay they have to tighten up, bro. When they see shit like that, they gotta boot these guys and block them forever. Like they should never be a transaction with that. Even if this guy comes back with a fake name, a different name, he should never be able to link his bank account ever to eBay again.
Yes.
That's how you stop them. Just don't allow them to ever use that bank account or their, what is it, their social security number.
Yeah.
Don't, yeah, just block the entire information on the guy, so he's just forced to go elsewhere. I really, that's the one thing that pisses me off about eBay. They don't give a fuck, man. They'll get their money from crooks, they'll get their monies from legit sellers. They don't care how they
Uh-huh.
get it. They just want it. So
National Comics number 7. So who is this? Uncle Sam on stilts, and he's taking on I don't know who the hell that is, but this CGC 2.5 sold for $1,777.77 after 26 bids. Should have been 77 bids.
but
Let me take a look at this thing because I don't know what the hell's going on
this is
with
obviously
this cover.
pre Captain America, right?
Let's see.
This is back
National
when you had
Comics.
they had like a half a dozen different patriotic
141. Yes, this does predate Captain
yeah.
America number 1.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you had all of these patriotic heroes, like guys wearing the flag to some capacity, or
Yeah.
representing America. Obviously, Uncle Sam, was like you see him and you just knew who he was representing. This doesn't say anything to me. Like I wouldn't want this for, I'd be in the ballpark of $500-600 for this, and that's just me. I'm not saying it's not worth what it sold for. It's just Uncle Sam as a character doesn't speak to me. So it's a halfway decent cover though. Like there's some stuff going on there. But Uncle Sam, if it had been anybody else fighting that dude, hitting that dude, I'd probably
Yeah.
be into it. But I'm just not into like anything Uncle Sam or anything like that. I think didn't Vertigo or DC, like DC, didn't they take up the character and Alex Ross did like a mini series of Uncle Sam?
He had to have. He
Yeah, I
had
think he
to have.
did. He did some kind of an Uncle Sam mini series back in the '90s.
Yep.
And I think as big as a huge of a Alex Ross fan as I was, I completely passed on that too. Like I was just like, I'm just not into anything Uncle Sam.
It's corny.
It is.
Uh,
It's a corny. It's a corny character.
Especially like as a comic book hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure why I put this on. The Strange Adventures. Number 79, 1957. So this sold for $100. Okay. I'm not sure why I put it on.
Mm.
House of Secrets, number 14, the ice skating hockey cover. And this
Mm.
sold this nice copy sold for 100. This raw copy
Mm.
sold for $132 after 15 bids. That's impressive.
Yeah. Listen, Bronze Age horror, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back with a vengeance, man. Charlton Comics, DC horror, early DC horror. Even some of I've noticed the Marvel Bronze Age, the 15 cent reprints of what was it Chamber of Darkness, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're getting money now, man. Like my LCS, when they get collections in now that are like mid-grade or higher of anything Bronze Age horror, they get priced up. So, which is why when I do find them at shows or even on eBay, or digging, doesn't matter where, whether it's a show or my LCS, if I catch anything within, like, I feel like I'm getting a steal, I'm buying it. I don't give a shit what's going on the cover, because just because I don't like it doesn't mean another collector is not going to like it. And there's guys out there still trying to put together runs that are old school. There are guys that they see, interest in the cover where, like I said, I don't care for Uncle Sam. There's going to be dozens of guys that'll buy that same Golden Age book off me if I get it for the right price.
Yeah.
So, but Bronze Age horror is coming back with a vengeance. A lot of that stuff is getting a lot of money now. And when I say a lot of money, listen, a hundred plus dollars for a book that maybe a year or two ago you could have got for $10. That's to me that's a lot of money for one. In what's the grade? They're saying it's high grade.
Mm,
You know,
the House of
it says high grade, but then it says very fine near mint. All right, so you got to assume that it's what, an 8.0, 8.5 if they're saying it's very fine near mint. So it's a black cover too. So
Damn,
who
I don't have the
knows?
listing. I don't have listing.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll
I
just
mean,
assume that it's a
yeah.
like a near mint copy. So
All I'm saying is pay attention to Bronze
Mhm.
Age horror of all titles. It doesn't matter if it's Charlton Comics. It doesn't matter if it's DC, Marvel. Um, Pay attention to it because it gets good fucking money, man.
all right, next, Fantastic Four, a book that's near and dear to my heart. Fantastic Four #5. So this CGC 3.5 sold for 5,500. Okay.
That's got to be a little bit of an up, right? Because of the
Shoot.
we're getting closer to the movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an uptick for that grade, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because weren't didn't you have? Don't you have like a 4.5,
I've got
5.0?
yeah, I've got I've got a 4.5 CBCS and
Right.
CGC.
And weren't they, traditionally getting 5 to 6 grand in that ballpark?
Um,
I'm
actually,
talking about months ago, or even
yeah.
maybe.
Now I've got my CBCS up for 7,000,
Okay, but I'm just
and
saying, no
yeah,
typical sales were
yeah.
around 5,500 to 6,000, I think.
Mhm.
So if to get that on a 3.5, I think that's an uptick because of all the Doom hype now. We're just getting that much closer. So what's up, Tony?
What's
All
up?
right, good night, Adam. Good night, Adam.
Where you at?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just curious to see because dude, I haven't heard or seen anything on Doomsday. Don't I haven't seen the costume.
I'm happy, dude. I don't want to.
You
I
don't want
want to go. I want to see the movie without 4,000 trailers.
to.
I mean, really, come on, man. I listen when and again, I was just a little kid when the first Jaws trailer. I didn't
Yeah.
know it was a shark when they first did the trailer.
Ah.
They showed you the ocean and they played that creepy ass music.
Yeah.
They never said it was a shark. They just said that something is lurking in the water, and it could have been anything back then. Yeah, I don't want to see Doom. I don't want to see Downey take off his mask in a trailer. You know, I don't want to see the guest. The possible Miles Morales. I don't want to see any of that stuff leaked. I want to see the movie with as little bit shown in trailers. What is that? 9.4, 1999 Time Magazine is saying going for 9K on Golden right now. Wow.
Okay, we got to see what the hell's going on here. We're going on another side quest. Hold on.
Yeah, I think when he says extended bidding, isn't that when it's coming towards the end? But if somebody bids, it adds time every time it gets a
Yes.
bid. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm not familiar. I never bid on Golden before, but I think somebody explained extending bidding, which is if it comes to the end and
Oh, Pokemon.
you get a bid, it'll throw time back on.
Okay, so this makes sense. It's a Pokemon.
Is it like first Pokemon? Yeah, it has to be 1999.
So Canadian edition,
Right.
November 22nd,
So,
99.
so it's all kinds of rarities. Canadian. It's first Pokemon probably, even though it doesn't denote that. What does it say in the topic?
Oh, what was that?
It says I don't know the topic of the auction. I was thinking it might
Oh,
say why it's relevant.
let's.
Pokemon.
Oh, let me try to zoom in. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, this is Logan Paul's. This belonged to Logan Paul. Oh wait. No, 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 no,
no, they're
no.
just they're
It's not.
just
It's not. It's
talking
not.
about Logan
Never.
Paul's 9.8,
Yeah.
and so I guess this is your next best chance at getting a copy that's not Logan Paul's 9.8. So apparently, if he owned it and he got that kind of money, it's probably the first time Pokemon has ever been covered on that kind of a periodical.
Yeah.
Which I understand. You know what I mean? Like Pokemon is just bigger than anything right now, and anything first. Which is why when I do find these magazines, if I see Simpsons on the magazine, if I see Pokemon, if I see Dragon Ball Z, I grab it all. I could be way off. Like it could be, oh, that's the third parents. Like, because sometimes I just don't know. But I'd rather have a miss for $3 than hear that I let it go and turned out to be $500 magazine.
Hmm.
So I'll buy it all if it's the right price.
Damn.
That's cool, man. I've never seen that cover before, so now if I see it, I'm gonna be all over it.
Okay, so this is the one. This is the one that sold for. Okay, so this was Logan Paul's, and this is the one that sold for 32,000, right here. And this is a 9.8. I honestly, I'm not seeing how it graded at a 9.8, but okay.
All right, so Tony is saying in the chat, it's first time cover, but not officially first US, meaning it's been featured elsewhere on the US. But it's the first time featured on Time, which is, I guess, a big deal because Time didn't just throw anything on their covers. So it obviously caught the attention of Time that they decided, all right, let's do a whole thing on it.
Okay. So
So
Logan Paul bought this
he
for.
bought a 9.8.
Okay, so this is the one here. This is the one right here that he bought.
Right.
Okay. It makes sense now. It makes sense now. Okay.
See, so the guy notes no other above 9.4. So obviously he's drawing attention that his is probably second highest on the census by saying there isn't anything higher than a 9.4 besides Logan Paul. And I tell you what, anything that Logan Paul submitted is sus because I think they're throwing this guy a lot of bones because of his name. You gotta remember this guy's gonna walk around with shit, dangling from a chain around his neck, or he's gonna feature it on all his podcasting. So CGC knows that if they take care of him, they're gonna get a lot of free promotion.
A hell of a lot.
Hell yeah! So I mean, who else is walking around with a diamond necklace holding was that Pokemon card he had, a CGC slab?
Or that was I think that was like a PS. It had to have been
all right. PSA. I'm just saying, imagine all the free publicity they got with that dude walking around with their brand of grading hanging from his brace, from his chain. So,
damn. All right. What are we talking about next? Okay, so we have some Canadian books we got from 43.
Tony is dropping a lot of knowledge in the chat, which is really cool.
Cornbread.
He knows his shit about all of this stuff. Really. I think he's probably one of the biggest magazine submitters I've ever seen. Like when he was on different shows, I was always impressed by his submissions of magazines, man. He has so many cool things, which kind of, when you see stuff like what he's doing, I've always grabbed magazines, but when you start thinking about collectability and actually grading them, guys like that kind of, encourage you to do more with that, He knows his stuff.
Time.
Plus, I bought some magazines off of him in his eBay auctions. So
yeah,
I got a couple of nice magazines off of him. Yeah, look at raw copies are selling for $500-$600. So it's not a cheap book. Look at that. That one, there's one there for $4.99, another one $2.25.
Jeez. All right. And here we got, what the hell is this? What is this magazine?
Time magazine for kids. Much rarer. Came out a week earlier.
Toy Wishes. We have a book called Toy Wishes.
I remember that book. Yeah.
From 1999. It has rare Pokemon cards or whatever. What does it have in here? I don't know. I don't know what the hell's in there. But it features Pokemon. Okay. It's just so much. It's so much. These Spy Smashers. So this one sold for these two Canadians, Spy Smasher and Grand Slam Comics. They sold for $7.87 and $7.18 a piece. Okay. All right. Now here's a book I actually have, House of Mystery number 64 from 1957. So this sold for $110. So we have the Girl in the Glass too. Mr. Longshort would appreciate something like this.
Yeah.
Good looking book. All right. Next. Oh,
Pulps.
We're in the pulp hour right now. Okay. All right.
Is this like first Lone Ranger and Pulps?
I'm trying. You know what? I haven't.
It says volume 1, number 1.
I haven't done the research on this yet because I wanted to do it on the show.
Yeah.
But okay, so April 1937, Volume One, Number One, The Lone Ranger magazine. So this sold for $382. That looks cheap. So let's look up what the first appearance of the Lone Ranger is. L
If I
O
had
N
to,
E.
if I had to guess, it was probably in a similar pulp magazine era type of thing, but not
Really?
titled Lone Ranger. It was probably something cowboyish.
Lone Ranger. I don't know. That feels way
Lone,
too late. Like
nah, Lone,
1937 because I would think like the Lone Ranger would be like
like
maybe early,
1800s type of shit, right?
the shit. I'm at the
Yeah,
very least early 1930s or late 20s. That's what I'm thinking. That's what
right.
I'm thinking. PULP Lone Ranger Pulp Magazine. Okay, list of Lone Ranger stories. So the first Lone Ranger story was in 1937. So this is the very
Okay.
first appearance of the Lone Ranger. Dude, that to me that is a
Hmm.
low price for the first appearance of the Lone Ranger.
Volume one, number one.
If this is the case, I don't know if it was I don't know if it was like a radio show in the 20s or something like that.
I think
Maybe.
I would lean towards radio show
Ah, man. Okay,
because you got
so
to remember he was like an adventure thing, like that boys were into. Like I think he even influenced kids, buying the what is it, the pistols and the
yeah.
Western, gunslinger belts and a mask.
Oh shoot, hold on.
So
I forgot to share my screen. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. The Lone Ranger first appeared January 30th, 1933 on a
which was which
radio
was before
show.
that magazine, yeah.
Yes, so it appeared first in the early 30s, which I figured. In comic books, the Lone Ranger comics 1939. I don't know if they mentioned the pulps, but the
Well,
first.
that what you were showing was an actual magazine, but it dropped in the pulp era. That magazine that you were
You
showing,
know
the
what
eBay auction.
they just called pulps sometimes just magazines.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I'm just assuming because they were magazines that dropped during the pulp era, so
Hmm.
I'm just thinking it is a magazine, but maybe.
What the heck did I do? Where is that? Where's the listing? Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this is like the first appearance of the Lone Ranger in
That
print.
looks like a pulp.
Yeah, it's a pulp. Yeah, it's definitely a
Yeah.
pulp. But they just call it magazine. You know
But
what I'm
dude, how
saying?
cool is that? You got the horse, you got the Lone Ranger, and you got Tonto prominent on the cover,
Bro.
and it's his first volume one, number one. That's probably. Don't be surprised if higher grade copies, and one day that just gets an incredible sale. Because he is part of. Would you say, like, is he like a cultural
Yes, he's
type of,
definitely embedded in pop
yeah,
culture for
pop
sure.
culture? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1000% for
So
sure.
he goes into that whole Buck Rogers, Tarzan, the Phantom, like that whole all those characters that came out of that era. They define like that era.
I don't know. Bro looks cool to me. He's rocking the because okay. So when we think of the Lone Ranger, we think of that slate
The blue,
gray.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
blue uniform that
Yeah,
he wore.
that
And
bluish gray uniform with the little red hanky.
right, ironically, I do have his very first time featured in a comic cover
Hmm.
wearing the blue uniform, the shirt. Because he traditionally used to wear like black jeans and a red shirt.
Yeah,
Well after this, like when he first started going to regular like Silver Age comics, and then there's an issue where the last time you ever see him wearing like a red shirt, he transitioned into the like, I call it like his hero costume, which is like just the all blue or like that slate blue you're talking about.
hmm,
Um, I got the very next issue, and I think it was in that little wiki article you were showing, where he first is depicted as, the TV show version, where he's wearing the blue uniform. And I did have a lower grade set, which is his last appearance before the blue, and then first appearance with the blue. I sold like a lower grade set maybe a year ago, I have a higher grade that I won't sell just because when I was a kid, I did play with Lone Ranger. Uh, they made like a 9-inch figure, I think.
Yeah.
It
Hey
was
Tony, this is this first appearance in print of the Lone Ranger is 1937.
uh,
He first appeared in radio 1933.
yeah.
So this is the first appearance of the Lone Ranger in print. Took a while, didn't it?
I guess you can. He's kind of like a almost like a Robin Hood, but cowboy. Like
Yeah.
Western.
Yes.
Because he paired with what they considered like a villain. Which was an Indian. A Comanche. You know, guy. So he kind of had like that villain type aura about him, but he was actually a good guy. They got Silver is featured in there. Marvelous White Stallion.
Silver, Lone Ranger, Silver, and Tonto. Bro,
And
this is so underpriced. Like
yep.
this undersold, man.
But thanks to your show, it's gonna get everybody's gonna put it on their watch list. They're gonna bid on it. Watch what sales look like a month from now. I
Okay.
shit you not.
Okay, I'm just wondering what the hell. Okay, so if we go to Heritage, if we go to
Oh, it's
Heritage,
like an 8.0 slab ever sold.
yeah,
Mm.
I'm trying to see
Mm.
if my computer. Well, let me see. I'm gonna try a new window. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Lone Ranger, LONERANGER.
And don't forget to emphasize volume 1, number 1, because I'm sure there's probably other volumes of other Lone Rangers.
Lone Ranger PULP. Lone Ranger Pulp. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Now take a look at this. Okay. So you got this. Okay. Look at
Wow.
that. This
There's a
this thing
sale.
sold for 7,000.
Shit.
So somebody got a hell of a good. Okay. So you get 1 and 2
Holy
for
shit.
7 G's.
That's
Somebody got
money.
a really good deal.
And that's not even super high grade. That's a very nice grade. It's just
Yeah.
not. I
It's
bet you if
decent.
you slab that's not 8.0 and higher. That's probably like a 6. You know, I bet you I wonder if there was a sale of a graded, one of these special collection
Mhm.
slabs.
Dude, this is a cool ass cover, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna be looking at Lone Ranger titles a lot different now because
Yeah.
I like I said, I liked the Lone Ranger when I was a kid. Like I said, I had the toys. I did watch the reruns of the show. Um, but it's really not on my radar ever when I'm digging or I'm at shows. But I
Oh
will pay
wow.
attention now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh
Liger.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. This was 20. Oh, hold on. Who said that was 20 years ago? Yeah, that was 20 years ago. Yeah.
And remember, we always talk about first appearances or first, and everything is prominent on that cover that needs to
Hmm.
be. You got his horse, Lone Ranger, and Tonto. The trade is, the book is his, it's Lone Ranger. Everything is there, man. It checks all the boxes.
Damn, man.
So that is definitely a book to look for in any grade. But like you said, that $300 price is just it's starting to look like a steal, where it
Yes,
kind
it
of
is,
seemed a
man.
little high at first when I saw it.
Yep. Damn. That's a really good price.
And it's
But
even cooler because he looks like a dark character in that picture, in
yep.
that cover. He doesn't look corny like he did to me. When he became the more of a superhero wearing all the
Yeah.
blue, it is kind of like now he's playing up to TV. But when I'm telling you, if you see what he looked like with the red shirt and the black jeans, he looked a little
Hmm.
more like, darker like this dude. But this guy doesn't even have this white what is it they call it, Stetson cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
He just looks like somebody you don't want to fuck with. He's running around
I
with a
know, right?
with an Indian, and yeah,
Eh.
got a mask on.
All right. What are we talking about next? So we got another Lone Ranger number 2, and
Yeah.
this sold for 5. Okay, so this sold for 500 a couple days prior
Oh yeah.
by a different seller,
Yeah. See,
which is
now
interesting.
I'm definitely gonna be looking for this shit the next time I'm at a show.
Damn.
Maybe
Yeah, I
like,
wasn't even
You
thinking.
got any Western pulps?
I know, right? I wasn't even thinking about the Lone Ranger,
I
like
would have
as far
never.
as
Yeah.
pulp.
And be honest, if you saw this in a pile of pulps, let's say you see this, right? And let's just assume this is priced at 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you see the woman in distress or like the detective pulps, the skull covers, and let's say those are at 60, $70. You're going to lean towards more what you traditionally would buy, which is the suspense, right? The horror covers, sci-fi. You probably would leave this behind, right? If you didn't
Almost.
know anything about it.
Because I'd be thinking, oh, maybe this is like a later thing,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just
you'd probably think like, it's Western, or I'll come across it again. You're trying to get a deal for the other books, you know. Now I know, and I think now other people know. But man, I really want one now because
I know, right? I know.
it's got everything there. Yeah.
And then we got Lone Ranger 3, number 3, June 1937. So this sold for $330 after 14 bids. Okay.
Tony says he's got a 1939 Wizard of Oz mag that has a painted cover, a lot like this Screen Romance. Yeah.
Month of the movie release. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is a cool damn.
Let me go grab a bottle of water. I'll be right back.
Okay, for sure. All right. You know what? We could take a look at I don't know what it is. I love the Lone Ranger's fashion sense. I don't know why. He's like he's changing outfits. So he's got the black plaid on, and then he's got the red plaid. Now he's got the green on with the vest. I'm like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Okay. Where's another June 1937. Okay, here we go. So this is the one that sold for 300. Okay. Yeah. Look at that. It's fun. Why is he okay? So why is he met? I like the plaids. Yeah, man. I dig it. I'm not mad at it. I appreciate the Lone Ranger's fashion sense. It's funny because he has the mask, but Tonto doesn't. So it's just like if they're walking, if the Lone Ranger doesn't have the mask on and he's walking down the street or walking down the dirt road, are people going to be putting two and two together or nah? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this thing is beautiful, man. Beautiful artwork. Shoot. Okay, and let's see what else. Um uh April 1937. Where's the other one? June. Hold on. Okay, the Lone Ranger Pulp magazine. But yeah, Bass Reeves. He's based off the real life Bass Reeves. Yes. Shoot. Where the heck where's that listing? I don't see that listing. Oh, here we go. Okay. And here's the one that sold for 500. It's got the red plaid on. Is he freeing Tonto? What's up? So when the Lone Ranger isn't the Lone Ranger, does he still ride Silver, the very recognizable white horse? Is he doing that or nah? Yeah, it's like Superman's glasses. Yeah. Yeah. And for whatever reason, I appreciate the hat too. I appreciate the hat, the little dent inside the hat, I appreciate that. The cleft inside the hat there. All right, what are we talking about next? Okay. We have Illustrated Is it? What is this? Illustrated World from 1916. Illustrated World from 1916. So this CGC 4.5 sold for 1,800. We have we've got an early robot cover. Let's take a look. I want to see what's happening. Illustrated World. So what do you think? Is this one of the is this here one of the first robot covers? So this sold for 18. This sold for 1,800.
What year?
1916. Look at that. Look at this freaking thing.
It's amazing to me that anybody even had the thought of a robot fighting alongside soldiers. Although didn't the Germans have armored suits? Like, you know, what movie was I watching? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Wasn't that that storyline based on a World War I type of team put together to fight against the Nazis, like the first rendition of the Nazis? And in that movie, they feature Nazi soldiers in armored suits that shot like flames. If you remember, there was a scene where they blew up the Invincible Man and set him on fire. You know, so maybe that's where they got all this idea with the Tin Men and all that robots.
Look at that! This thing is cool as shit, and he's got a gun coming out of his mouth like a cigar. It's being controlled.
Walking right through barbed wire and everything.
Damn.
Yeah, that's scary.
Damn, this cover is wild, man. 1916. So this is okay. No, this is okay. So World War I is going on, but it's just the America just hadn't gotten into it yet. They didn't get into it till like 1917.
Yeah, that was like the Europeans, I think, were going at it with the Germans. The Doughboys. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at this, man. This is a great fucking cover, man. Shit. This is 1916. 110 years ago. This is a 110-year-old cover. And look at it. This is so freaking cool. And this sold for 1,800. Honestly, I would have held out for the full 3. So because this seller had it for 3 or best offer, and he sold it for 1,800. I would have held out for the 3. I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like he undersold it. Because for a 110-year-old book, a 4.5, and then it's such a cool cover. It's not like it's a bullshit cover. It is a really cool cover. That's some sick shit, man. Like, you're sitting there. Imagine you're a soldier in the field and you see these goddamn robots with guns coming out of them and just ripping right through all the barbed wire in front of tanks.
Bro. Look at
that. That's a low sale.
This cover is cold.
That seller had no faith in what he held.
Yeah. It's like he just didn't appreciate what he had. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Weird Tales. What are we talking about here? June 1938. So the same year as Action Comics #1. We have this beautiful cover, blonde in the reddish looking dress, and this sold for $408. Raw copy sold for $408.99 after 32 bids.
Yeah, this one here checks all the boxes. You
got
headlights, woman in distress, red dress, blonde hair, the shoes, the guys with the foot fetishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's got everything.
And it's like, what do they call it? Can you save her cover?
Can you save her? Can you save her? Are you gonna try? This is a good cover here. I like this. Sold for $400 raw. The assets. Yes, it's got all the assets.
You are absolutely right, Leaguer. Not only did he sell way cheap, but he's gonna get horse fucked when he gets all his fees.
Yeah, man. I just would either would held out or just sold it like at a show or something. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. All right, next. Okay, Pearson's Magazine, February 1906. So we got a CGC 2.5. So this is a devil cover. And this sold for $125. A CGC 2.5. Do I have a listing for this? So this is 1906. So this is 120 years old.
Hey, just to stay on topic real quick before we go too far away from it. Look at this amazing stories that I have, right?
Yeah.
Which also features, now you gotta remember this is more World War II because this is 1940. But again, the robotic cover, used in war to fight against, I'm assuming that's a Japanese tank or a Nazi tank. But, this is again something I grabbed where if I would have seen that pulp with the robots in the cover in a 4.5, I'm gonna try to get any of these things less than 1,000, but I'd still be interested in it at whatever it's sold for. So you got me curious, man. I'm gonna start thinking I got a Lone Ranger in here somewhere.
Okay, so that Lone Ranger, that Pokemon is up to 11K. Damn.
It's healthy.
All right. Where's the the Pearsons. Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, beautiful devil cover. Something for 106 110 years 120 years ago. Jeez.
This one's older than the other one.
Yeah, man.
And what they say, this is Satan cover?
Yep, double cover, yeah.
And it's a double cover?
No. Oh, no. So, I said Satan cover. Yeah. What did it say?
I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And this got to be double covers, right? Because if they were fucking up books, in the 70s,
if they were fucking up comics
in the 70s, they had to be fucking them up in the 1900s, right?
Yeah,
like
right?
1906. Oh man.
All right. Okay, Detective Magazine, Brand of the Beast. I saw this cover. I thought this was a wild cover. So this is September 15th, 1933. So we got the guy in the back. He's been like branded, and now we got this chick topless about to get it. Let's see. Dime Detective. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, this thing only sold for $70. But great subject matter here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, considering everything that's going on there.
She's awake too. She's conscious. Okay, so the guy, he's about to he's gonna try to save her.
What did he brand? A dick on his back? Look
I know, right? What is that? Yeah, it's like a quivering something or other.
Jeez.
It's just like some random pattern. Okay. And she's all scared. She's got her tits out. Poor thing. Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he saves her. Bro, I love this cover here. This cover in the middle.
Yeah.
This real detective. I don't know what it is. I think it's the glasses. I think he took my glasses from me. These literally look like my blue blockers. But I don't know what it is. I just think this cover looks so fucking cool. But Real Detective, December 1933. So we got this looks like a motorcycle cop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the only ones really wearing anything cool back then. Leather coats and sunglasses.
Yeah. He looks like one of those like hard ass police characters in like in movies or TV.
Yeah, but he also has. I get a feeling of the Terminator cop, from the movie.
Yeah,
Remember when he came back as Liquid,
yeah.
and then when he took the form of a cop, he kind of looks like that dude a little bit.
Eh,
Like you can't kill him, and you don't want to fuck with him. Badass cop.
bro, that shit looks cool as hell to me. I love this
Yeah.
cover. All right, next is World Magazine, March 1930. The only thing, so this sold for $20. The only thing I wanted to bring up was, does not this couple look alike? I'm gonna assume they're a couple because the way they're like positioned and holding each other, this couple literally looks alike.
Mm.
They look like clones of one another.
Hmm.
All right. What's next? Dime Detective Magazine. So we got a bad girl cover. Dude, he looks like Mr. Bean. Yeah. Let's see what he does look like Mr. Bean. All right. Dime Detective Magazine. May 1941. So we got she got a gun on it. She got the blicky. All right, so okay, where is this? Where's this? VTV. Do I have a listing? I don't have a listing. All right, never mind. But you guys can see it. You guys can see it. So that sold for $100. Black Mask, and this sold for $123.
Hmm.
Blonde, red dress, gun, check. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Bonnie and Clyde type of thing
Yeah.
going on there.
Next is Black Mask. This sold for $123. I for whatever reason, it's not the most exciting cover, but it just I don't know. It was interesting enough for me. And Astounding Science Fiction. This sold for so we had the two-headed man here. For whatever reason. And this sold for $125. Dime Mystery Magazine, 1940, and this sold for $203 in a CGC 3.0.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's about. It feels right. Right? Like
Mhm.
if you wouldn't really be on the fence. You'd probably be like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's about a good price.
Next is Dime Mystery, August 1949. I like this cover a lot. So this sold for only $34. Only sold for $34.
Black cat cover.
Mm-hmm. Dime Mystery for 20 cents. Next is Stolen Sweets, May 1936. And this sold for $131 after 10 bids. Okay, I want to take a look at Stolen Sweets. I like this cover. I could have swore. Oh, look at that. This is some raunchy shit here going on. We got a little bit of smut. A little bit of smut there. Okay, so that sold for 131. Okay, now we're into the modern age of comics here.
Modern smut.
Right. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about some Nightwing variants here. Now, we talked about the one in the middle I had shown off in the haul video last Monday. And I was able to find a cover price copy. I want to say like I think I bought that like 3 months ago. Like 3
Hey, have we ever been able to pinpoint why Nightwing? Why is it? Why is it when he's half dressed,
uh-huh.
or in his underwears or speedos? Why Nightwing? Why is he $100 to $200, variant
I
or a cover?
he comes off like the ideal. This has got to be for girls or gay men,
Yeah.
or to where he's like the ideal boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Right. He's not an older guy, and he's not too young. You know, he's right in that 30, 34-year-old guy. Is that what it is? Like you said, the
I
gay
would say
guys
he's
or even
like
the chicks.
probably mid to late 20s because he's just
Jeez.
kind of coming out of the Teen Titans.
I was laughing the other day on Beyond Wednesdays.
Uh-huh.
We were showing a series of what do they call it? Sweater
Yeah,
weather
yeah, yeah, yeah,
covers and
yeah.
then bikini covers, like, like, and there was one that wasn't too bad. It might have been Catwoman or something. Like she was in it would appear to be like in surrounded by snow or whatever, but like in a warm bath of water with a bikini on or something, and she looked really good. And I just said, you know what's going to be funny? The Nightwing will still sell more than the chicks in the bikinis, which I don't get because you would figure more dudes would be chasing after like the girls in the bikinis, but they didn't
Hmm.
give a fuck about that. You get Nightwing and in speedos and brand new, fresh off the rack. It's a $40 book.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out why Nightwing. Like you know
It,
it's rare that you hear, oh, the story was amazing, or, even though I'm gonna be honest with you, I was collecting Nightwing during this era,
hmm.
and it was because people were saying it was such a great fucking read, so I decided, all right, I told my LCS, just pull me Nightwing, I'll read it, and it was pretty decent, but I don't stick with DC, you know what I mean? Like, once it serves its purpose, I get the hell out.
Hmm.
So but I do have a whole bunch of fucking Nightwing books from that era. I'm just not gonna go break my back digging for them anymore because I found some that were worth some good money, but I'm like, do I really want to go through like another 110 boxes, just to find, maybe 10 or 12 more issues,
Yeah, yeah. All right, so Nightwing 54. So look at this book, man. I'm still shocked. It feels like a fluke, but I mean, I'm getting confirmation that these are real sales. And this sold for $102 after 5 bids. So this Yasmin Putri variant. And then you got
And
the Babs Tar in the middle. This is the one I had shown in the haul video.
that's a dip
And
sale because I think a week or so ago it sold for $1.50.
which oh
I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That
feel
this
like Yeah, I feel like you talked about this a week ago or
I bet
maybe
you
2 weeks
here's the
ago.
thing. Okay, so I bet you it'll sell for like it'll be like 100 to 120 and then 150. Then I don't think it'll
It'll probably
dip.
just dance between 150 bucks,
Yeah.
right?
Those are Pride Month prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see it going under the $100 range.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if it does, I'm pretty sure it'll still hold its value. It like in like maybe 90 to like 98 or something like that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
And
So
when I go to my LCS or even to at a small show, and you go to somebody who actually has alphabetical order on their
mhm.
books, you go to Nightwing, gone. There's no fucking Nightwing in there. Like, some dudes are like, I'm not taking any chances. They just buy it all,
Yep.
and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
completely fucking gone. So, and I don't ask for it. I just like I'll just, as I'm creeping through the boxes, I'm like, hey, let me see if there's any of these Nightwings, and Nightwing's just empty. There's nothing
Uh-huh.
there.
Yep.
So
All right. So Babs Tar 122. So this sold for $152 raw.
amazing.
Raw. That's wild. And then you got the set of 121 and 122. That 121 doesn't go for anything, oddly enough.
Right.
That 121 doesn't go for shit. I mean, the main reason why it went for $180 is because of that Babs Tar variant on the right.
The right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason why. That's what the prices are wild, man. Nightwing is for the streets. No truer words, man.
That's why I said it's modern day smut.
Mhm. All right. Next. Okay. Okay. This Gambit
Ooh,
#1 gold. This sold for $188. Dude, can you see the creases from where you are?
yeah.
That thing is heavily creased, man.
I have a beautiful copy of that Gambit. It's not 9.8. I feel like it's 9.4, 9.6, but
Yeah.
that's considered high for that book because there is unforgive that material that particular cardstock is
Yeah.
very any wrong movement you do any bending on it.
You see what's going on with this. This thing
Yeah,
still sold for $188
and you
and look
can't
at
save
it.
it. You can't press that.
Yeah.
You can make it present a little better. But you can't really bang that out. That's like whatever ticks are in there are there for life.
This is unfucking forgiving.
Yeah.
Look
Almost
at that.
$200 is really good for that. I mean, like, meaning that's a great sale for the seller.
Yeah, it's a healthy sale.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the back looks pretty damn decent.
What would
Oddly
you say?
enough.
What would you say that is? Like an 8.0
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
it stands, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So if I got like a 9.4, what do you figure that is? I mean, like really, how do you price that then? Like,
Yeah.
what do you just put like 350 on it?
I'll tell you what, let's see what's
Does,
going
does
on.
that does that seem like a steal? Like I'd
Yeah.
sell mine because I would love to just put it on the wall. It this cover, and it's funny, this book itself, like the black cover gets no fucking, love. But the gold one, man, if you have that gold one in any condition, people just want it, man.
You know what, dude? I like the newsstand of Gambit.
Of the black one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
like the newsies. I
right.
like those.
Which is
Okay, so
probably in the same ballpark of rarity as the gold because
mhm.
if you have like, let's just say you get a 9.8 CGC newsstand, that's got to be just as rare as a gold one because of, like I said, going back to that cardstock they use. That cardstock just was, like I said, the minute you twisted that book or bent it, it just instantly had damage to it.
Yo, take a look at this. So this 9.8
Right.
sold for 600. I bet you this thing could have went for more.
Yeah, because he looked like he had to buy it now with a best
Yep.
offer.
Yep, it was a buy
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah, 9.8. First of all, I would never sell that for that price if I had a slab 9.8.
Hell no. Hell no.
It's first of all, it's not a book you just come across. It just isn't. I don't know how many they made of these, but when I do see it, I feel like I hit some kind of a home run when I find one.
Yep.
You know, I get happy. I feel good when I see a,
Whee!
a gold gambit. Uh,
Okay.
but that next sale that you're about to come up to, the Dave Stevens, that shit made me go oof. Like every time you think Dave Stevens is falling, it's kind of falling off the list. Look at the sale on this.
This thing is raw. And this
High
thing sold
grade,
for
yeah, high grade, 6.25.
620. Man,
And it's
come
and
on.
and it's not a fucking comic. It's just a
Yeah, it's
Dave
just me.
Stevens cover on a magazine.
Okay, so shit, man. Damn. It just makes me think I'm never gonna find a copy now. Like
Of this,
ever.
the journal.
Yeah.
You will. It's out there.
It just
I
feels
I see Dave Stevens more and more because
Mhm.
it's not taking, it's not the first thing. Like there was a period where the minute a show started, I easily had at least five people immediately ask me if I had any Dave Stevens. Because remember
Mhm.
there was a hype where everybody had to get it. This is when we used to find Dave Stevens books for like $5 to $15, and then it just instantly became a huge overnight success because what was it? Some were saying because of the documentary about him, and then they became like $100+ books.
Yeah.
But nobody asks about Dave Stevens anymore, and I have plenty of it. In fact, I have dealers who bring it to me because they remember I was buying it all up, when it was hot. And I think even other dealers were like, I don't get it. And they didn't want to be bothered with it. So that's why they still bring it to me. But I'm paying cheap on it because it's not as easy as a sale anymore, you know. But this magazine, like you said, it's tough find, super popular. I never want to sell my copy.
Mm,
Like I have a copy that's probably like a 9.0, but
okay.
I'm not trying to upgrade it. I'm not trying to sell it. You know, it's in my collection.
Yeah,
So,
just hang on to it.
and it is a really cool cover. Like if you can really like look at it up close and check it out. From my understandings, he actually had somebody model for this when he did this cover. So if you can imagine, there was a chick dressed like that when he did this
Right.
cover. Yeah.
Right. All right. What's next? Absolute Batman #1, second print.
Ooh,
Design cover. This sold for $2,850 after 17 bids.
wild.
Hell, that's like golden age prices.
Yeah. My cousin had this book at Elite 11 in
Uh-huh.
this grade, and it
Yeah.
was signed. And I couldn't. Yeah, I was just. I even told him, what do you want for this? Like, what do you want me to put it up at on the wall?"
Mhm.
And he was like, "I don't know." He says, "What do you think we should put? Like 3,000?" And when he said that, I just, no, you can't. That's ridiculous. But it actually sells, for that price. And then his copy was signed. His was
Jeez,
signed by
man.
Dragotta, I think, and Snyder. And
Jeez.
I was just like, "What do you want for this?" And he's just like, "I don't know." He goes, 3,000. I was just like, I don't know if I have the balls to, if somebody asks me, "What do you got on that book?" I mean, if I say three, I'm gonna feel funny, but
I know, right?
it actually sells for that. Jesus Christ! And whoever bought that, they're paying, taxes on that 2850. It's for them. It's over 3 grand.
Yeah.
You know, jeez. And
Uh,
I still remember that book in my LCS. Because it's not like it was that long ago. It was what, 2024?
yeah.
Yeah, I
You
still
actually
remember
saw
that.
that. You actually saw that in your
He had that. He had that in his LCS. It was only, I think he only had like one copy, but he
do you
had
remember
that.
the price on it?
Oh, it was. Trust me, if it was cheap, I would have bought it. He
Mm,
probably had, I don't know, whatever it was going for. I didn't. Again, I wasn't that big into Absolute Batman,
yeah.
like so. But he didn't have it on the wall where you can just grab it. Like I think it
Yeah.
was behind the register. He has a glass showcase behind his cash register, so he'll put like the incentives that are a little more pricier back there
Mhm.
because he doesn't want anybody like really handling them unless they just actually want to buy them. So
Yeah.
it was back there, and I just remember seeing it, and but I had zero interest in Absolute Batman when it first dropped. I think I bought when I was at New York City Comic Con, which was October. It might have been 2 weeks old or a week old, and it was already selling raw copies of cover A #1. We're selling for like $25 at New York Comic Con. And I found a dealer that had like a case of them, and I bought 25 copies off of him. And I think he charged me $10 a piece or $12 a piece. And I put them up for 25 each, and I got for the most part, I got like $20 each.
Mm.
And they all sold out at New York Comic Con, every single fucking copy. So it was a lot of hype on it. I just, again, I'm not a huge DC guy. I really wish I saved like 10 copies of it, but what are you gonna do?
I know,
I
right?
felt I felt like I was winning when I doubled my money. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Witchblade 1, the J. Scott Campbell, this sold for damn, this sold for 1,000?
hell yeah, yeah,
Oh shit. I don't know why. I'm like,
yeah,
I put this up and it sold for 100. Why? Oh,
yeah.
I'm just
That's like
damn.
a Grail, J. Scott Campbell Grail. Hood told me about was talking about this book on the show because he's a huge J. Scott Campbell guy.
Yeah.
And I remember he was talking about this, and or they did an episode talking about J. Scott Campbell stuff, and this is like one of the Grail books.
Oh wow.
It always feels like a book you might have already because it's like, right, if you saw this in a box, you're pulling it, right?
Yeah.
You're not leaving it there, especially even if it's like $30. I don't think I'm leaving it there. But I don't think I've ever owned this before, and I'm pretty sure if I did, I would know it. Because $1,000, I'm not going to forget about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I know I have $1,000 book somewhere, I'm going to dig for it. That's crazy. $1,000.
Hulk 340. So this we got a raw copy that sold for $192 after 30 bids. I don't know what it is. I'm just shocked at the prices for these Hulk 340s.
I'm
And it's
not too shocked.
not even a newsie.
It's just yeah, but it's I think I had a slabbed 80.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought it a long time ago. It came with a bunch of slabs I bought. I think I might have paid, I don't know, $40 for it. You know, the slab, like if you break down how many slabs I bought. And I've had it for the longest, and it's not because I can't sell it, it's I don't want to sell it. There's something about this cover. I just I just don't want to just get rid of it. And I have a higher grade too. It's just I don't know. I feel fucked up when I sell them because I know to replace it, I gotta pay, this kind of money to get,
Yeah.
like if I wanted to buy, I don't know, what grade are they putting on this? Do they say or they just no,
Let's
they
take a
don't.
look. Let's take a look.
For 192, you'd have to figure it's at least a 9.4, right?
The Incredible Hulk 340. Let's take a look.
Mm.
Okay, so dude, this is not that great. Look at that. You see
No,
the ticks?
it's got stains on it. Like you could see some discoloration in the blue. The
It's
little
ticked up.
ticks. I wouldn't be surprised if it has a little dog ear in the corner, slightly probably. Yeah. Yeah, it's not high. It's not high grade. It's not bad, but it's not high grade.
Yeah, you see you see the ticks right there.
No, that's
There's a
like a
ton. There's a
992.
ton of them. Ton of
Believe it or
ticks.
believe it or not, a press and a clean would get that to a 9092. It's not going to be anything less than that.
Yeah.
Just trust me, I have an 80 slab and it looks nothing as nice, nowhere near as nice as this. That's definitely 90 or 92. Probably wouldn't be surprised if it's a 9.4. They're really lean, like they're lenient on grading books now. Like I seen every time my LCS gets back slab orders,
Yeah.
we always critique their grading. Like we always, every he cracks them out of the box. I'm looking, I'm like, dude, this is not a 9.8. And then you can find like 2-3 things. I'm like, they just like expediting,
Mm-hmm.
I think they do a quickie, and they just like keep them going, move them out.
All right. Shoot. What did I do? I click off. Okay.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying, I always feel funny selling this book. Like I always feel like I'm never gonna get it back cheap.
I know. I've
And
been able. I think I've been able to come across 3 copies that I've
right.
Found cheap, and I've just held on to them.
Yeah, because like I told you, I think I paid probably around 40 for this slab.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going back a little bit. It's not like but I think I've had somebody offer me like 160 for it. And because I did have it, I would bring it to shows, but I didn't price it. Like I would leave it in the box like behind my. So sometimes people say, "What do you got in the box?" So I'll say, "Well, take a look." And when they look, they always pull that out, and they're just like, "What do you take on this?" I'm like, "I don't have a price on it." I said, "I really don't want to sell it."
I
And they're
know.
like, so they're looking at it, and then you can see them. They're going to GPA, they're going to eBay. So like, would you take $1.60? I'm like, nah.
Hell
So
no.
I'm all
Hell
right.
no.
And I'm telling you, at 8.0 of any book, I'm like, it's gone. Like, get out of it. But for some reason, I don't know what it is about this stupid book.
It's just, dude. It's just getting more and more popular.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I remember, like, this was like $100 book. Not too long ago. So, now it's in like the $200 range, just raw. Chopped up along the spine, not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
this book is just getting it's climbing.
I think Nelson, I want to say he's the one that's in the chat. I think he's running to me at the shows. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's somebody that is local in New York, and he knows I keep a I maybe more than a half a dozen boxes of stuff that I potentially will sell if I run out of. If I sell too much on the table, I'll use that to refill my boxes, and I don't know, Nelson. Are you who I think you are? The guy that um comes up to me in New York. But I always have like 6 to 8 boxes like behind my table, and I use it to refill my boxes or put refill the wall. So yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's Nelson. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's saying he knows, like, you'll see I have boxes just waiting, to refill. And somebody went into my CGC box and they were like, "Oh, you want to sell this?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I should put this shit back.
Yeah.
Not for 160." And the guy's looking at it. He's telling me it's an 8.0. And I was like, "It's not the point." I said, "If I try to buy another one, I'm guaranteed to have to pay more than what I'm selling this for." It's stupid. I don't know why. It's like keeping a broken watch. You know what I mean? It's so dumb that I'm still holding on to that book in that grade.
So this newsy here is going for 330 after 14 bids, but it hasn't ended yet. So you got a full day. You have a full day
He says it's near
left.
mint and it's not near mint.
Yeah, it's like it's. I mean, yeah, it's. You can
You
see.
was scrolling through the pics. It don't look nowhere near near mint.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I've had somebody tell me one time when I told him I was at a show, he had near mint on his bag and board.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, what is this? It's not near mint." And he's just like, "Well, no, no." When he starts breaking down to me the whole grading chart about like
Uh-huh.
a 9.2 is a near mint. I was like, "Come on, dude." But when people read near mint, what's the first thing that crosses their mind? They're thinking 9.6, 9.8, not a 9.0, 9.2. I
Mm-hmm.
said, if I put near mint on anything, I know most people are thinking, "Oh, this might be a potential 9.6, 9.8."
Yeah.
I don't play with the word near mint on anything. When somebody asks me what I think the grade is, I always try to undergrade so I don't get my balls busted later on.
Right. To
You
me,
know?
like I always go with like near mint minus. That
No,
lowers expectations.
yeah, Nelson, I did not go to Route 110. It's Father's Day, brother. I'd rather be with my father and my son.
All right. Yeah, very fine near mint. Yeah. I usually do that too.
Yeah.
We got another Nightwing variant. So this is the one in 20. This is the one in 50 and of number 87. And this sold for $161. Oddly enough, these ratio variants go for significantly
Hmm.
less than the cover Bs, which are more widely available. Oddly enough. Oddly enough.
Very strange.
Next, a set of Cheval Noir. 2 copies of number 1, 2 copies of number 7, and number 15. And this sold for $202. Actually, that doesn't look like too bad of a deal. Because I know like 1 copy of number 7 goes for about $100. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you break down what you can potentially sell each copy for,
mhm.
if you're a reseller, there's definitely still a lot of meat on the bone with those books, because the Chevelles to the left, the purple covers,
Yeah.
um, I've seen a lot of those move between the $80 to $100 range, and they're not even like super high grade. And then the one where she's holding the gun, and that's like a super classic cover. That's easily 60 to $80 a piece. And then the one to the right, I'm not too familiar with. I don't think I ever had that one. But if it is a Dave Stevens cover, it's still probably, around a $50, $60 book. So if you bought all four and you kept one of each, just for your own fun, you could probably make, still at least $100 back on that deal.
Mm,
Minimum. That's
yeah.
selling it cheap.
Okay.
So it's a
Ne-
good deal.
Uncanny X-Men 510. The J. Scott
Grail,
Campbell color. I love
Grail,
this cover.
Grail.
Love, 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 love this cover. So this sold for $210 after 28 bids.
Yeah,
Love this
very
cover so
fine
much.
there, man. Yep.
Next action. So this is the recalled version.
The
And,
beer.
and this sold for 150. Still keeping its value.
Yep.
And every freaking time I come across this book, I'm just like, oh, maybe No, no, no. All right, next. Okay, something is killing the children. Blumhouse staff go so
Wow,
Blumhouse staff variant, and this sold for $2,025 after 36 bids.
unbelievable.
I still don't know what the hell when it came out or how you get it, because I tried to do as much research as I could on it and I couldn't find shit. I literally couldn't
Well,
find a damn
I'm
thing.
just assuming when they say Blumhouse staff, that was a book probably only issued to people who worked, you know, in
Hmm.
the front office type
Yeah.
situation. And what do you figure? There was probably 50 copies made on the low side, right?
Shoot, man. Let's
Like for
see.
this to be a $2,000 book, it better be less than 50 of them in existence. And still, I would be like, for something is killing the children book.
Okay, so let's take a
I
look.
don't.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right. 10th printing, the Bloomhouse Boom Studio staff variant. Okay, the story behind the book, the cover created by whoever originally blah blah blah. I'm trying to see numbers. Okay,
Wow.
so this has
It's
a print run under 250 copies
right. That's a lot.
at the
For
time of.
me, I'm talking about the way they print books now.
Yeah.
250 seems like a lot.
Okay. All
Or
right.
even if it's less than 250, you're talking about all right, 200 print run. That
Mm-hmm.
seems like pretty normal. Like if you hear somebody dropping an incentive now, not an incentive, like an exclusive for like 200 print run, it
Mm-hmm.
almost feels normal these days because now everybody's trying to make things harder and harder, to get. So it feels normal, but maybe that's not normal for back then when this dropped.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? But Jesus, that seems like a lot for to pay $2,000.
Hmm. All right.
I don't know.
All right. So 10th printing. I thought the 10th printing um was that Berserker font variant, but whatever. I think this might be 11th printing. But okay, so we got numbers on it. 250. All right. G.I. Joe, a real American hero, number 231, John Royal subscription variant. Okay. Now, did you hear my and I don't know if you watched the haul video from Monday. I talked about how I appreciate or how I like John Royal's art better than J. Scott Campbell's.
Really?
Yeah. For whatever reason, I think his art is just a little bit more finished and a little bit more polished than J. Scott Campbell's, especially now because J. Scott Campbell has more of a very loose style now.
But
As
John Royal's body of work, is it as relevant
n-
as John J. Scott Campbell?
it's not I don't it's definitely not as prolific.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I just like his art better. I'm not saying it's
Okay.
better, but I like it better. And I
Yeah.
appreciate his art more so than J. Scott Campbell.
Okay.
But this John Royal variant sold for let's just say $76. All right, next. I've been after this bear in this cover. All right, so this X-Men 500. I don't know why. I can never find this. This Michael Turner, and this
Yeah.
sold for 250 raw.
I stumbled on this. I think I showed it to you guys when you first talked about it to you and Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Um I was at a real small comic show in Brooklyn. I was set up at, and there was a dealer called Hot Flips set up there. And he
Uh,
was blowing out. He had this an amazing blowout sale on slabs, where I want to say he was doing something crazy like 75% off on slabs. Like
Jesus.
basically just get this shit away from me type of shit. And I found the color variant of this, the
Mm,
CGC 9.8, and
yeah.
I paid 30 something bucks for it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then it put this on my radar because I'm like, when I
Uh-huh.
found that there was a sketch variant. So I think I have the sketch variant too, and I think it has like a little spine tick on it. And I paid shit for it too because it was in some guy's variant box, and most of his variants were priced between 15 and $30.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not mint, but I think I have this raw. I know I showed you guys the slab though, the color slab. And I just remember like he had 75% off on the box. So I'm like looking through all the box. And I'm a big Mike Turner guy. So when I saw it, I was like, I saw it was a book I'd never seen before,
Yeah.
meaning I didn't own it already. And so when I saw it was Mike Turner and it was in color, I didn't even know there was a sketch variant. I just saw it and I said for 30, I did the math. And when his asking price was already on there and then 75% off. And when I did the math, I was like 30, whatever it came out to, like $34. And I was like, I'll take it. Fuck it.
Mm.
And then I think you guys talked about it on the show. And I was like, wait a minute, I have that book. And I pulled it out of a box and I showed you guys. I was like, I got a color variant. I paid like less than $40 for it. So,
Damn. Yeah, I've been after this one.
yeah, my sketch has like a couple of dings on it, but again, I didn't pay shit for it, so it's nothing I can grade. So it's just nice to have.
I'm wondering why I put this on this Punisher Tim Duncan variant. I mean, it's sold for 180. All right, okay, all right, not a big deal. Next, Ultimate Fallout 4 CGC 7.0
Wow,
sold for 800.
800 seems like like a steal for some reason. I don't know,
Yeah,
even
for a
though it's a
7.0.
7.0, but
Yeah,
it's still like, let's put it this way: if you know you're never gonna spend 8 grand for this, right? Or 5 grand, like
yeah,
for anything less than a 9.8. What do you figure? I think didn't you cover a sale one time that was around the 5 grand range? It was like a 9.4, I
yeah.
want to say. But I'm saying if you know you're never spending that kind of money on this book, 800 still feels like a steal, right? Like that you actually have it now,
Yes, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure. Look at
For
that.
like under 1,000, it's like it feels like you got something, you know?
This thing is chopped the fuck
It is,
up.
yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow! All right.
Yeah.
Take a look at the back. Yeah, this back is
Yeah, you can't fix that. Like it is what it is. There is no press, there's no nothing. It's
ain't
just
no,
it is. Nah,
ain't nothing you can do.
nah.
Can't save it. Don't want to be saved.
Right.
$800 still. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Next. Ultimate Comics, all new Spider-Man number 8. I like this cover a lot. Sold for $125. So you got Miles Morales
Hmm.
meeting the ultimate version of
Gwen.
Gwen and Aunt May.
Aunt May. All right.
Okay.
So that's his first meeting with them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And what did I want to say about this? I found this book years ago for $8. I
Hmm.
remember. And I still have it. All right. Some more Miles Morales. So this
Hmm.
Spidey Isanov, this classic variant here, this sold for $249 and a 9.4.
Hmm. Good sell.
Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay.
That might
Next. Huh.
that's the hold on. That's definitely a top uh 5 Miles and Spider Gwen cover.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This particular one, if you see it, I don't know, wild, definitely take a closer look at it. Trust me, you're gonna want it. It is a really cool fucking cover, and it's one of those like it almost feels like it's a negative variant type of book, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah. Yeah.
seen. I mean, mine is tucked away. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember when I first saw it, I was like, man, this is a bad fucking like. It is a really nice looking cover. So yeah, don't be intimidated by the price. Definitely own one because when they do come, this
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be one of the top books.
All right, next, New Mutants number 25, the
Art
Neil
Adams.
Art Adams
Mhm.
cover, and this sold for $370 in a 9.4.
Hmm.
Okay, which one would you rather have in a 9.4, the Spidey or the New Mutants?
Um, Only because I have the Spidey already, I would go with the Art Adams. But if I didn't have either, I would probably go with Spidey.
Okay.
Just because, like I'm telling you, it is legit like one of the nicest covers I've ever seen. And that's with the trade, all that bullshit on there
Mm-hmm.
with the barcode there. It doesn't bother me at all because the artwork it's just so really cool. The two of them, because if I remember correctly, they're both like intertwined fingers too, like holding hands. So there's like it's a very intimate cover of the two of them just standing there. So it's pretty cool.
I'm just now noticing the barcode is covering Magic's butt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I see it. Yeah.
I'm just not noticing it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. X-Men 107 35-cent variant. And this sold for $270 after 9 bids.
I didn't know there was a 35-cent variant of this one.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did not know.
Okay. Yeah, dude, it's like like any random Bronze Age book.
Right.
It's
Has
probably
a
gonna have
price
like
variant.
yeah.
Or Mark Jewelers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. X-Force 25, Stephen Platt. This 9.8 sold for $202 after 5 bids. I love this cover. I remember finding it and selling it. I don't know why. I kind of wish I still had that one. Had this one.
I'm gonna say this now. Stephen Platt,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even though this person says a Stephen Matt variant rare. I don't know if that's legit, like the name of the artist, Stephen Matt, but
No. It's definitely somebody typoed it up.
okay, all right. But Stephen Platt, I feel like there's gonna be a resurgence with him because he started showing up at Comic Cons again.
Yeah.
I finally got to meet him and shake his hand and get some books signed. And it was really pleasure meeting him. And Rob Liefeld was just talking him up the other day on social media.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's re-releasing a collaboration he did with him. Something with Bad Rock and whatever characters Platt created back then.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so he re-inked and he did some touch-ups on the art, and he's re-releasing the cover on something. I guess a Bad Rock variant.
Okay.
But I feel like Stephen Platt is gonna get, like his stuff is gonna come back up again. Like people are gonna be all on it again. So just keep an eye on that. I feel like with him showing up at shows and signing books again, and guys like Rob Liefeld bringing his artwork back again and using it as a variant or talking them up, I feel like you're gonna have people like looking for his shit again.
Oh, bro, those Moon Knight those Moon
Yeah.
Knight covers that he did back in the 90s. Those are
But
like
he's
his
got-
most famous
Yeah,
work
but
here.
but also the Wolverine 310
Oh,
that
God.
gets like 2-3 grand for like the sketch variant or some shit.
Yeah, dude, the last thing I need is that one to go for even more. It's the last fucking thing I need.
Well, I just feel like I said, I'm telling you, I think there's gonna be a resurgence with things Platt. So
that's not a bad assumption. Next. Amazing Spidey 700, the Steve Ditko cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was what he submitted when they were trying to get a cover for Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they went with the Jack Kirby.
Okay, so this book here, I remember buying this from Midtown the week that it came out, right? I got it that Friday through UPS, and I immediately saw. So I think I bought it for either 120 or 180.
Jesus.
I can't remember, but I bought that, yeah. And then I turned around, sold it raw for like 800 something.
And do you have another one?
No.
You wish you had it back?
Man, I mean, shit. For what I sold it for, I could probably, just get a 9.8. You know what I'm saying? But I remember
this is a fluke. I think this is a fluke sale. I don't think that's what they typically go for.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like I thought these were like $800, $900, 9.8s at one time.
So. But yeah, so this 9.8 sold for $581. Next, okay, so we got another Ultimate Fallout 4. So we got a 9.6, and this sold for $2,523.
That's a low.
Yep.
I'm saying it feels low. considering that you can get a 9.8 for what, $8,000, the cheapest, right?
Mm-hmm.
High sevens, low eights. So just for a 9.6 under 3 seems cheap.
Oh, jeez.
I still wouldn't pay it, but
I know,
it
right?
feels cheap.
What's next? Okay, so do you know anything about these? These
Yeah.
Doom
Yeah, these are
variants? What's
the
up?
616 mystery bags that just dropped.
Okay.
I my LCS. First of all, the price point on the bags were really high. I had 10 bags put aside for me.
Okay. Okay.
They're 14.99 a bag, right?
And
You get
and what's the cover price
of the
of
actual
a
book.
yeah, of like cover A?
No, I don't think you can get these out of the bag. You have
Oh,
to pull them out of the bag.
oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah, they
right.
wouldn't.
Damn.
These wouldn't sell for these price. Whereas, like, who would pay 14.99 for the bag if you can buy it out of the bag?
Yes.
These are facsimiles of like vintage covers, meaning like Bronze Age. As you can see, they're using the trade and the whole backdrop of the original books.
Yeah.
It's just facsimile, reimagined artwork of what it would look like if they redid it today. You know, like
Mm.
what artists would do with it. I think there's 2 books per bag at 14.99. And of course, the big hits are the vintage art, which is what you see in the middle. That Bagley one with of the Hulk, which is to the right of Spider-Man, was the
Yeah.
first one that sold after they dropped. And I saw that on eBay right away because I asked my LCS guy. I said, what is, what are the chase here? What is the reason why I would pay 14.99 for this? So he just shrugged his shoulders. He turned it over. He goes, look at it says on the back what you can get. And then they also tell you can get signed and original art,
Oh,
sketch
jeez.
covers. And I don't know. I was just like, if I buy 10 of these bags, I'm paying, like the typical person would pay 150, if you're paying cover price.
Yeah.
I think I get them for a better discount. Um, so I took the 10. I haven't opened them, and they're just sitting in a box right now. Um, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if I want to rip them open or save them for the next time I set up at a show.
Yeah.
Because these bags that have original art, guys want to find the art, and if there's a spike, and then, like I said, each bag also comes with a Doom mask in it. By the way,
Uh,
it's a full color cardboard cutout of his mask with the hood.
okay.
So like I said, they I I don't, like I said, I may open one just to see what the bag which facsimile I get,
Yeah.
or to see if I get lucky and pull the fucking art. I don't know, but
Okay.
I think
So
you have to be really fucking lucky to get the art. So it's not common.
interesting. There's a lot going on with this, with these blind bags. Okay. Do you see this trend going away, or do you just see it evolving?
But blind bags?
Yeah.
I don't think blind bags are going anywhere. Yeah, I think at some point it's going to get really fucking boring. But the only way it's not going to get boring if they make it easier for you to get hits.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if it becomes like trading card packs, meaning
Yeah.
where it's like fucking impossible to get something really cool, doesn't make sense to spend. I don't think I haven't watched any Whatnot live sales or eBay live sales yet on these bags. I don't know what they get when bidding on each bag. I know on like the Mark Spears Monsters, I think the average sales were somewhere between 18 and $30 a bag. And that's because the Mark Spears stuff was at its peak of interest at the time.
Yeah.
Um, Other blind bags, unless you have a chance of getting, like, I know what is it, the Crow blind bags from Comic Con. They when they were getting hyped up by the seller, and uh they were getting 200 to $200 a bag. Meanwhile, they were selling them at the fucking show for $25 a bag. I was just like, I didn't understand what people were doing. Like that's why when people talk about there's no more money in the hobby, it's like, you trust me, there's too much money in the hobby. There just I mean really, if you watch some of the bullshit people buy on live sales, because I'll sometimes I'll watch people live sell just to see what the fuck people are doing with money. And I have zero interest sometimes in what's being sold. I just want to see how far are people willing to go for bullshit. And man, I watched a guy in a Mayhew live sale
Yeah.
getting completely lied to about valuations on what slabs should be selling for, and they were taking this guy's money. They beat him over the head so many times for Mayhew slab sign books.
Yeah.
He must have dropped easily, $2,000 on just 10 shitty Mayhew slabs that you
Man.
could have bought on eBay for, maybe 500-600 bucks, if the same ones, if you just look them up on eBay. But again, it's just me trying to educate myself. I'm trying to see how far people are willing to go for bullshit.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people with a lot of money buying dumb shit. So
All right. Strange Academy #1, the 1 in 50 Jerome Opeña. This sold for 610, 98 sold for 610 after 38 bids.
isn't that like the Breakfast Club
Yeah.
homage?
This book has gone down.
Hmm.
I remember this was like a easy, like close to $1,000 at least. Close to.
Hmm.
But I mean, still respectable. Okay, now this book breaks my heart every time I see it because I passed it up. The Batman Ash Can.
Yep, so did I.
9.8. I sold for $500. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I completely ignored this shit.
I was just, dude. I still think back to that time. I was just like, dude, this is never gonna fly. This just looks stupid. Batman's head is too little. Nobody's gonna be into this. And sure as shit, I was completely wrong. Okay, next. I don't want to dwell on it too long. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero 238, another John Royal cover.
Yeah.
And this sold for $150. Hell yeah. Good to see. Next. Comics review, Todd McFarlane, Spidey. We got a naked as fuck Kingpin in the back. Yeah, he's being a booty pirate, a booty bandit right now.
There's nothing scarier than a guy that size completely naked grabbing you.
Bro, damn that. I'm I'm regular. Whatever power I got is gonna be to get away. Yeah. All right, so this sold for, I don't know why, I come across this book pretty cheap. And this sold for $139. The Power of Todd McFarlane, Spidey. Early 90s, late 80s, Todd McFarlane. That's impressive. All right, next. This book is a steal. This is a steal because this is the 1 in 10 variant prototype. #1. This is a 1 in 10. And I remember there was a sale for this months ago. I remember the sale, but I don't remember the exact price. But I know it was impressive enough to want to talk about. You know what I mean? So yeah, somebody got a really good deal on this prototype one Jim made.
Right.
Okay, next, take a look at this price here. SpongeBob 43.
Talking about what is that? Hulk 340?
Yeah, Wolverine #1 or Hulk 340 homage. Look at that.
Look at that. An homage, and it's $150.
Jeez. I remember finding this book cheap back in the day. I hope I still have some copies of this SpongeBob. All right, next, Ghost Pepper #12. This came out a couple weeks ago. Not too much to say about it. Just it was the hot book of that week, the hot variant of that week. So consistent sales. Bongo Comics. What the hell is this? This sold for 525?
Hmm.
Okay.
Jesus.
All righty. Okay. Okay. Next. Spidey 4. J. Scott Campbell sold for 524 for Silk. Spidey, another J. Scott Campbell. Black Cat Strikes #1, and this sold for $61. I've been after this one. This Black Cat Strikes. I've been after that. Next, this book here. Okay, now I talked about this book about 2 months ago.
Right.
And at the time, this was a $30 book. It's like an easy $30 book. And there was a sale about a month ago for a newsstand that sold for $100, right?
Right.
And now we're seeing prices for this Scooby-Doo Where Are You number 38 Daphne as Elvira cover. Selling now that we're in the past $100 range for the direct edition. So we got one that sold for $125 and another one that sold for $170. That's amazing.
And it's all because she's homaging a Elvira, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's just something,
That's crazy.
people gravitate towards something a little bit more unique, a little bit more different. So man, very impressive prices. I love it. Love to see it. I hope I can find some more cheap copies of this in the near future. All right. Smile for the camera. I'm lamenting not picking up a copy of this. I love this cover. The Flops. And this sold for $75. Or rather, it's getting up there. It's just getting up there in price. That's all.
You think Flops is now he's become the guy now where regardless of what title the book he's doing or what, you just get it, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
You grab it on the drop, regardless of what he's doing.
Yeah, like Quintana. You know what I'm saying? Just get it.
And there's nothing I can honestly tell you. I have some stuff because I bought some Kickstarters where he signed them. There is nothing about his signature. Like, see, at least Quintana, aside from it being beautiful art, because Quintana has a different flair about, he's a legit like painter and artist. But that signature he has is just killer, right? Quintana. Flops just he has a boring signature. He's like Finch, where he just he just prints out, a four-letter word, and it's like, have a nice day. And so there's nothing. It's Flops is all about the art.
Okay.
It's the palettes of color, and he obviously does Killer Woman. Anything female on the cover is cool. But I think he got to the point where you just buy whatever he puts out.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want it, make some money.
Exactly. It Girl. So this is a Darwin Cook variant. Okay. So CGC 960 for 100 and a 980 for 8. I'm not sure I'll put this on because these are low prices. All right, I'm skipping that. Infamous. All right, now this is a book that I'm after now. Infamous #1. There's something to be said about these DC/Wildstorm video game tie-in books.
Okay.
There's something to be said about them. So #1 is selling in the $30 to $40, $50 range.
Okay.
That's impressive. Very impressive. And okay, we're finished up here. All right, now we're gonna jump over to, if you got time, Heroes. We're not gonna look at Fresh Comics. We're just gonna jump right into Midtown because I'm sleepy. We're just gonna jump right into. Let's see. We're just gonna breathe. We're breezing through this. We're just gonna see what's sold out at Midtown, and try to do like a cross section and see if anything is going for more than the cover price. I don't care about that. I don't care. We're just gonna see what's sold out.
What is that? It says signed. There's books. They're selling books that are already coming signed.
Yeah. Oh, hold up.
Yeah, because I was gonna see. I see. Sosa Micah, Scott Snyder.
Uh,
Okay, that's interesting. Not a bad buy-in if it's
yeah.
signed by Snyder. $30.
Oh, jeez.
So
Of course, this page won't load. Okay. Of course. All right.
yeah, and it's absolute Catwoman. So
Yeah. Absolute Catwoman. Yep.
yeah, that's the Sozomaika there, the white cover. Yeah, cool.
Absolute Superman. Nothing sold out. Wonder Woman. Nothing sold out. Uh, we're going through. We're breezing through this.
Yep, yep.
Your boy is sleepy. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna load more. Uh, let's see. Did anything sell out? I think we might have to wait till the indies. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Good covers though. I mean, this Lobos variant
Yeah, that Lobos is nice.
and this
It,
Tula Lote.
listen, there's gonna be a lot of nice Supergirl stuff. I think DC
Mm-hmm.
is gonna go all in on whatever whatever great artists they have. They're gonna just pay them to do Supergirl covers. The movie is gonna be big. You know, you gotta remember Lobo's. What's his name? The actor Momoa
Yeah.
is doing his Lobo. I think that's gonna hit differently, bro. I really think you can keep whizzing through. You don't have to stop. But uh, I think he's gonna be a big hit. I think also I'm pretty sure you're gonna see the first appearance of his dog, which is Dog. I think his name is. It's a
Oh,
bulldog.
jeez.
Um, you know, I just think there's gonna be so much that comes out of that whole Supergirl movie. I think we'll probably eventually see like a Lobo movie, which will probably be a good hit too. So, I mean, that obviously Momoa is just he was born for that character. So,
And they made him Aquaman
Yeah,
starting out.
but
Jeez.
you heard what he said in an interview, right? He
Uh,
said the first time his agent said DC reached out to cast him for something, he said it's got to be Lobo, right? So he was aware of Lobo before he was cast for Aquaman. So
that's why Zack
yeah,
Snyder should be drummed out of Hollywood. Yeah. He tried to do a swerve. It's just like, you fucking idiot.
mm. Well, I just think he was trying to be go against the grain when he was casting Aquaman. Like
Yeah.
because Aquaman, to be honest with you, he's a little, if you really think about it, Aquaman is kind of a boring character. He's under the fucking water, all the time. It's I don't know. I was never an Aquaman guy when I was a kid. Reading comics. I always thought he was boring or stupid, lame. So I guess, I kind of understand why he picked Momoa. He's just a bad looking motherfucker. You know what I mean? He's kind of like The Rock with long hair and
Yeah.
more of a badass attitude. So I know why he did it. It's just like, dude, he's obviously Lobo. Like he shouldn't have even went that route with Aquaman and Momoa. But
Okay, what the hell is this? Death Fight Forever #5. Let's
mm,
look up Death Fight Forever #5.
what is that sold out?
Yeah, sold out. DEN.
Okay. I know it's a title that I can't seem to catch up with. Every time I do see it for sale, it's always second printing. So
Okay, and this was the variant for that. Let's
so
see.
obviously it has a strong following and whatever. I don't think my LCS orders a bunch of it. I think they ordered just for a couple of customers, and then they order like an additional 2 or 3 copies for the wall. So I never catch it. The only copies I've seen hanging around are second prints. So
Okay, so there are no copies available right now on
yeah.
eBay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a short printed set. Is probably you know get good money later on if because you gotta understand. I'm guessing it's if it goes by FOC and LCSs just aren't ordering a lot of them, but they're still putting them out. It's obviously going to be low printed run, you know. So if you want 1 through 4 or whatever it's up to 5, it's probably worth getting if you can get a good deal and just hold on
Yeah.
to it because it'll be and obviously it's it has a following because, like I said, I never catch a first print. It's always second prints. So I don't even know what the fuck it's about. I just know they got some wild covers.
Yeah. I still can't find what I'm looking
It,
for. So
it's
this
almost
is the
like
one
it's
that
almost
sold
like
out.
that Tigress Island book.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of badass covers, and it actually it has become a better read. Because I remember I told you about issue 1 and it was just like
Uh-huh.
stupid. But issue 2 up to I think it's up to number 4 now. It's actually pretty fucking it's a fun read. And it's really cool interior art. So yeah.
Oh,
This
this
one
is
I
a like it looks like a Contra cover. That's
yeah.
what that looks like. Okay. Yeah,
It
good
looks like
looking.
an old school video game comic.
Yep.
You know? Bunch
Okay.
of
Death
silly
Fight
looking
Forever.
yeah, characters. So
All right. Let's see what else sold out. So it seems like the winner might be Death Fight Forever number 5 so far. Eye Collector number 1. Do I really want to look this up? Man, I guess we will. Shoot. Eye Collector
it's like a
EYECOLLECT.
horror, I think. I think one of the covers had some kind of a creature with a billion eyeballs attached to it, about to grab another victim. I guess it steals your eyes. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know
so
shit about it.
there are cover price copies available. Let's see. Okay, all right. I'm not seeing anything else. Okay. What's next? We're zipping through this because I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, me too, man. The
Not
fact that you
seeing.
said you're tired made me tired.
So these signed masks aren't selling, or they're still available. They're still
These are
available.
signed masks, right?
Yeah, signed. Yeah, still available. That's interesting. Still, that's very, very, very interesting. I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing anything. Load some more. Okay, we got Spideyversity 3, Spider-Versity 3. Let's look up Spider-Versity 3. SPIDERVERSTY number 3 VAREANT. All right, let's see if this is going for anything.
Ben is gonna have to watch this episode in 2 parts.
Yes.
He's not gonna sit here and listen to 3 hours of our bullshit.
I'm pretty sure he's skipping the he might, I don't know, he might stick around for the basketball talk. You never know.
He's a sports guy.
Yeah.
So he'll listen to some of it, I think, or he'll fast forward through it.
Okay. Now, I'm not seeing anything on Spider-Versity. I think because I'm seeing cover price copies. Oh, we got this. Mark Spears, Captain America 12. Let's see what's going on here.
I think obviously that's gonna appeal more to Mark Spears fans, which is obviously me. But it is a killer cover. And the funny thing is he never in talking to him in private, he did not create that to be a comic cover. He created that for a trading card, which is the Magic the Gathering Marvel set.
Yeah.
He said if he had known they were gonna use that art for an actual comic cover, he actually would have put the characters in, probably, made them a little nicer or put them bigger. So what you're looking at is legit the way he designed it for a trading card, not for a comic cover. So he was actually shocked that it's getting so much attention already.
Okay.
The which now really is odd is that Marvel had this as classified before the FOC, well, during FOC. So all you saw was a blacked out cover.
Yeah.
So, and he wasn't even made aware by Marvel that they were going to use his art for a variant. They actually could use it because they're in the middle of a collaboration contract with the Magic the Gathering people.
Yeah.
So they can basically pull whatever art they want and use it for a variant. They don't need permission from Spears to do it, which is unfortunate because he's not getting paid extra
Get out
for
of
them.
here.
Yeah, he's not. So the only time he
Holy
got paid for
shit.
that art was for the Magic people, for
Wow.
the trading card. So basically they didn't tell him they were doing it. They just did it. So there's going to be this version, which is it looks like a trading card on the variant, and then there's the Virgin 1 in 50, which is going to be, I think, the really red hot one. So
Okay, so anybody that comes up to him to sign this, wow, how what do you charge
he'll
him?
sign it.
Charge him triple?
No, it's not like that. It's whatever his signature rate is.
Man,
When you meet him.
Man, tell him fuck that. Charge triple. Charge triple autograph for this specific cover right here.
Well, being a friend, the one thing I hope is that this sells enough that Marvel's actually going to say, okay, we would love to do some variants with you.
Yeah.
So hopefully it encourages them to actually sit down and basically say, we'd like to talk to you about doing some variants. Because he's never, this is actually his first Marvel cover that's going to be published. So people, like I said, if you're a Spears fan, this is first Marvel work, and it is really cool. So and it's probably going to be underordered because again, FOC had this blacked out. So the people that were ordering them, either live sellers or LCSs, weren't even aware what the fuck it was. And now you're seeing it because it's already, past FOC. So if you do find it, it's probably going to be a good pickup.
Okay.
And if you go to a con where he's set up, definitely get it signed. It's his first Marvel cover, so
where he will be charging triple.
No.
per my orders.
Well, you could throw your hat in the ring to be a manager.
Like the Colonel.
You have to, you have to get out there to him though. I don't think he's traveling the world yet. Trying to get him in New York. I'm still fingers crossed for New York Comic Con.
Okay. Ah, shit. We started from the very top. Come on, man.
Uh-oh.
Got a load more. Yes. Damn it. Okay. Thundercat, Silverhawk. I don't even feel. Okay, let me see what this is going for. Thundercat, Silverhawks, Thunderhawks 3. Let's see. Paste. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Not. I don't know if this is a version. Forget. Oh, okay. So that was the Virgin.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, I'm not seeing any Virgins on eBay right now. Okay, all right.
Of which book?
Of this book here, this Thundercats, Silverhawks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about that. So, Starfleet Academy. Keep going. Capes. We're in Capes territory. Okay. Any hot variants from Capes? Let's see. It's sold out. Nope. Death Fight Forever. We talked about that. Eye Collector. G.I. Joe. Damn. No Wolfman. We're going at blistering speeds here. I'm just trying to see. We're just trying to see what's sold out.
I saw real quick. You don't have to stop. The Universal Monsters Wolfman.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was watching a friend Heavy Mental do his live whatnot sale
Mhm.
on his new books. The one in I want to say the one in 75 is really nice. So if you're into all of that Universal Monsters or
Yeah.
Wolfman, for the anybody in the chat, if you're looking for that type of stuff, definitely check out the one in 75. Really nice cover. I mean, for me it's not because you know I'm not really big into the Universal Monsters, but I still can appreciate it. It's really really nice. Yeah, there's a 1 in 75 and there's a 1 in 100. But the 1 in 75 I really thought was nice. So.
Alice. I don't care. Okay, now we're into we're in Lucy Goose. Oh, but what the hell is this? Brownfield Family Action number 2. Let me see what's going on here.
Never heard of it.
Definitely never heard of it. And it's number 2. Okay.
Doesn't it look like the chick from Futurama with the one eye? You
Yes.
see the character?
Yeah.
She's got like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything what's available? Okay. I mean, it's there for $9, so if anybody wants it. Oh shit. Dead Samurai number 6.
Second printing. That's a
Hold
nice
on.
pickup.
Let's see.
Trust me, you won't be disappointed with that cover art. I own the first print and it's really fucking nice.
Dead Samurai 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are copies available.
She is thick.
Very thick. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Fortress number 5. I don't want to look this up. Let me see. Fortress. Fortress number 5. COMIC. Okay, there's cheap copies available. All right, no big deal. Not a big deal. What the fuck? What is this? HasCon? I don't care. Mad Cafe definitely don't care.
Maid Cafe.
Maid Cafe. Ordained. Okay. What the hell is this? Oh, jeez. Rafael Garcia Henchman.
Mm-mm.
I don't care.
The hub might be something, but I don't know if I don't think it's sold out, but
yeah.
It's pretty cool. I read number 1. It's not that bad.
Okay, now we're in B. Okay, now ooh. I like this.
It's a figure.
This is cool. Damn. That's a lot. Damn, that's a beautiful freaking detail. That is beautiful. The removable upper part for different display options. This is really cool. Comes with a little shirt. Comes with a little sweater.
And it has a changer head where you have I think in the movie he had like what appeared to be like a beard made of rock. Yeah. $330.
This is I like the detail on this. What else? Okay, now we're in action figure territory. Okay, we're done. We're finished up, everybody. Thank you so much. We're heading out. Okay, you can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, BSing about comics, and I appreciate that. I love y'all for it. Probably no Tuesday flip side. Possibly long story short, and we will double back. We'll circle back to an all new Hot Book Alert Live. I'm going to sleep. We're at 3 hours and close to 20 minutes.
Sorry, man.
3 hours and 20 minutes. We're under it, but we're gonna
And beat up.
I appreciate you guys for watching.
Yes, sir.
All right. And we are out of here. We're gonna hold on. We're like 5 seconds away from 3:20. Hold on. And all right, now we're done. All right, everybody. Good night.